What's up, gamers? How we doing? It's the freaking weekend. I said that yesterday. It was Friday, so it wasn't quite the freak. Actually, you know what? No, never mind. The weekend starts on Friday night. Can we at least agree on that? If you're feeling really fancy, it could even be like Thursday evening. You know, you're already in the weekend mindset. You know, you know. Hey, it's still worth celebrating the weekend Saturday too. Exactly. You get me. You get me. Yeah, I'm definitely in the weekend mindset, even though I was busy today. I'm still in the weekend grind set. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, my frames dropped. I don't think I ripped though. I don't think I went deaf. I think I'm okay. I think I just dropped some frames for a second. We're good, I think. Gosh, I need to get a new Ethernet cable. I think the one I have is kind of messed up. I have one on the way now, but yeah, I need to figure out a different cable running solution, because the one I'm having ends up having a lot of traffic outside, and it's not great. But I think we're good. All right, well, we are finally. I know it's been like we've been doing this for like 4 separate weeks now. I appreciate your patience, but we're finally going to finish the Rite of Turnabout. We are in the last segment of story, and then actually, I wonder if I don't know if we'll finish it. But the thing about the next one is that it's just a 2-parter trial. It's not an investigation at all. Hey Josh, welcome. Good to see you. Glad you made it. The grand finale of the Rite of Turnabout. Oh gosh, honestly, I'm gonna be glad to be done with this one. I mean, it's fine. The good time has been had by all, but this one is a little bit long. I need something a little bit short and sweet after this. My BGM is on. Thank you for letting me know. Bah, there we go. Yeah, so we're on the second part. Right, man, it's like the pacing is so strange, isn't it? Like, okay, we meet up with Maya again. That's great. And then they just randomly drop the revelation that Nayuta and Apollo are adopted siblings, and there's not even any fanfare about it. You just click on the thing and it's like, oh yeah, we go way back. It's like, bro, that feels like it should have a little more gravity. Just everything is, I mean, considering Phoenix's very noticeable absence in the magical turnabout, it really feels like like, man, what are you doing here, dude? It's like they had to find a reason that he would actually come here other than Maya. Yeah, it really did have potential. I will say I do love Dad's a Rebel. I do love Dats. He's pretty fun. I don't know about much else though. Ace Attorney, hi Arrow, good to see you. Anyway, we're almost done. We're just on the final portion of the trial now. And then since the next one is pretty short, we might be able to, we'll definitely start it. I don't know if we'll finish, but we will definitely start it today. Dats is so fun, right? I really wasn't sure about him at first, but I really came around. He's such a fun guy. All right, so we're gonna start with a short recess. Let's get this thing on the road, shall we? All right. Let me just make sure I'm all good here. Oh, I don't have my stream manager up. There we go. Oh wait, I just have 2 Firefox windows open for some reason. Okay. All right. Okay. Resume. Ace Attorney. Laws. I hired this Maya to stare at you. May 12th is crazy because the last time I played this, it was May 12th. I played this in real time. It was pretty cool. Sorry, Maya, but this was the only way. You sure you're up for this? Thanks for believing in me, Nick. Even though I don't know if my channeling ability is on point yet. Oh, right. Before she started training here, her success rate was only about 30%. Honestly, yeah, she should get a raise and benefits. I know you can do it, Maya. At least I hope she can. So, you sure you're ready? Yeah, at least I think so. You don't sound so confident. What about all your training? Training's one thing. Actually doing it is another. Oh, I see. Uh-oh. If she fails to channel the High Priest, we're as good as dead. Ah, that's what we're doing. We're actually gonna get him to speak for himself. Relax, Nick. You can count on me. I'll show you what my training's done for me. This will be a moment you'll never forget. Okay. I just hope it's unforgettable in a good way. Well, I mean, if it's unforgettable in the bad way, then you die. Because unfortunately, when you die in Kurain Court, you die in real life. Once we hear Abedinmi's story, I'm sure the truth will come to light. I hope so. But he was hiding the fact that he was a rebel, so I doubt it'll be as cut and dried as all that. They are ready for you. Please return to the Hall of Justice at once. Okay, Maya, I'm counting on you. You got it. Here we go. Let's go. Burst back into the courtroom. Let's go. Everyone stares. Here we are. I don't think I've seen Maya's design from the back before. That's interesting. We have received official approval for the accused to channel a spirit here today. Now, if you will, Miss Faye, please proceed. Yes, Your Majesty. I can't believe this. Only the Queen should channel spirits. Execute them. Put them to death right now. Death, 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 death. Come on, Maya. I'm counting on you. I have been studying here in Kurain for 2 years now. So that one day I will be the master of Kurain, a village of spirit mediums back home. Yeah, the voice acting in this is actually interesting because, like, Rafa has a couple of voice lines, which is like kind of cool, I guess. But it's like, if they're gonna, I feel like if they're gonna do that, they might as well voice a lot more of it. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I could use more voice acting. But first, I shall show you all the fruits of my training in your kingdom. Wow, she seems really confident. You don't need to voice everything. Just, you know, some things would be cool. Dad! Leighton adjacent, because they do the most random voice. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it's always a treat when Professor Layton does voice acting, though, so... I don't know, I just think more of it. I hope the new Professor Layton does a lot more of that. A neophyte practitioner such as you could not possibly channel a spirit. Okay, Your Benevolence, how about this? They should voice the not guilty. Yeah, that would be cool. If I succeed, will you stop calling me a neophyte? Very well. If you succeed. Oh, I will. Just you watch. Is this going to be voiced? I can imagine anything. Okay, why didn't they voice this? They should have voiced this. They did mocap, but they didn't do voices? I can imagine anything. Whoa, okay. What is this place? Oh my! No, this cannot be! Stanced up. It's the High Priest, I don't believe it! The accused's spiritual power is the real deal. Oh, now they finally believe in it. Go, Maya! I do not understand. This cannot be. This simply cannot be. I must step out now before I forget myself. She's gonna pass out. Abbot in me. Would this be the Twilight Realm? And what if this... That rules. Luxurious mane of hair. Is it perhaps a gift from the Holy Mother for decades of faithful service? Okay, I love him. Abbot in me? My, but if it isn't his Majesty, have you too shuffled off that mortal coil? Please do not count me among the dead. It is only you who has passed on. But the spirit medium Maya Fey has brought you back among us today. Why, Acolyte Fey has mastered the secret art of spirit channeling? I suppose that explains these gorgeous locks. When I pass from this world, I too hope to be channeled with a full head of hair. Though it be for the briefest of moments. I give thanks for this splendid coiffure. Praise be to the Holy Mother. However, this kimono is a bit too snug for my tastes. If you would excuse me. Whoa. There, that's better. Can we get to his testimony now? And I wish he'd kept his top on. Huh? Why, you are that foreign lawyer the people speak of as of late. And is this not the Hall of Justice? Why have we been summoned here? Why have I been summoned here? Forgive us for calling you back from your eternal rest. But you have been accused of murder. Might we ask you to testify on your own behalf? Oh my god. How did he do that? I have been accused of murder. That is troubling indeed. Ah, what's with the crazy pose? Is this really cause for such astonishment? Even the lowliest of monks can achieve such body control with the proper training. Oh, I wonder if Albie will be able to do that someday. Will the defense please explain the situation to the High Priest? I'd be happy to. The shoes, yeah, they're falling off. Yeah, this game has really good animations. Your disciple, Praise-a-Lot, has been murdered. It happened on the day before the purification rite. And the crime occurred in the rebel hideout, hidden within the inner sanctum. Channeling a dude will change Maya to a dude body. Yeah, it seems like there's actually like body changes. We only ever saw that with Mia, I guess. So we didn't really we thought maybe it was just like a collective hallucination thing, I guess. But no, they straight up changed bodies. Acolyte Zealot, he has been killed? Who would do such a thing? Someone who knew of the hideout and had access to the inner sanctum. In other words, you, Abbot and me. After all, weren't you secretly a rebel? Oh dear. That's still Maya's body. I hope he doesn't break anything. Oh man, she's gonna be so sore after this. Wow, the High Priest is amazing. To think he had mastered such an advanced prayer pose. He's still worthy of our veneration, even if he is a rebel. Praise be to the Holy Mother. Praise be to the Holy Mother. Oh my, have my rebel allegiances been exposed? Not even my wife knew of that. It seems to rest in peace is not my fate. Why did you, a devout priest of Kurainism, join the rebellion? Objection. About time you said something. The High Priest has come back to us for but a brief time, Defense. Shall we not cut to the chase and ask the most pressing of questions? Oh, right. Abbot and me, the prosecution believes the one who slew both you and Acolyte Zealot to be Maya Fey, who had been playing the role of Lady Kira in the rite. Being that I was dead until just a moment ago, my memory is a bit hazy. Could you please do your best to remember? Objection! Yeah, she's either going to be super sore later, or she's going to be like, oh my god, that kink in my neck is gone. It's been months. The High Priest says his memory is hazy. It is all coming back to me. It is as Prosecutor Sadbody concluded. I was slain by none other than Maya Fey. What? The High Priest's statement has proven my assertions with regards to his murder correct? No! But what about Acolyte Zealot? You were the one who killed him, weren't you? I know not about my disciple's murder. Furthermore, I have an alibi of my own. An alibi? Seriously? It seems the testimony the defense had been hoping for was working against him. Now, Abbott and me, your testimony, if you please. Yes, of course. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Let's see what Mr. Yap is gonna yap about. I have an ironclad alibi for the time during which the murder took place. Just past noon on the day before the rite, I was entertaining guests at my home. Oh, why did that make that sound effect though? And I believe my guests can corroborate this. You had guests? Just past noon. That's right about the time Zealot was murdered. Are you sure about that? Absolutely. Come to think of it, Rafa told me about a spirit's memory. A spirit's memory is cut off at the moment of death. So even a spirit that is brought back after centuries doesn't sense any gap in time between the moment of its death and the moment it is channeled. Yes, and yet it clearly recalls all of the memories it had in life. The High Priest seems to know exactly what he's talking about. So the question is, what would be the best angle of attack? Oh, right. Well, there's only a few sentences on that one, so it can't be that much. It can't be that much. I guess we're just going to be pressing all the way up. Ironclad alibi. Basically, the first sentence is nuh-uh. So, don't have to worry too much about that one. You use the word alibi as if it were second nature. Are you perhaps mocking me? Or is it perhaps the kingdom of Kurain itself you wish to ridicule? Come on, everyone and their grandma knows what alibi means. We're not a bunch of country bumpkins here. We have plenty of courtroom dramas on TV. Peace, 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 I say. Mr. Wright, would you care to clarify your last statement? Please don't take it the wrong way. It's just alibi is a rather technical term for a priest to use so naturally. I assure you, I know how to use the term. I mean, honestly, I don't know if I agree with you on that one, Phoenix. It's a pretty bad. That's not that hard of a word. In fact, I had even hoped for a chance to do so one day. I suppose that even I, a high priest, am not immune to such trivial worldly attachments. Oh, I see. Still, he seems unusually calm and composed. It's almost as if he had prepped himself for something like this. Just past noon on the day before the rite, I was entertaining guests at my home. Hold it! Guests? And you were entertaining them personally? That I was. We gathered around the table for a most enjoyable conversation. He said his guests could corroborate his alibi. That can't be good for our case. Are you sure that was the same day as the murder? Maybe you've misremembered. Ka! Do not doubt my mnemonic faculties. Phoenix experience logos that change the country's law system still makes stupid moron logic mistakes status quo. Yeah, that was a pretty bad one though. He really just had to like there was really no going back from that. You just gotta take the L. I may have died, but my memories up to that point are crystal clear. Sorry, he's pretty thin-skinned for a priest. Oh, I guess I should have known better than to doubt his memory. The spirit's memory is cut off at the moment of death. Oops. So even a spirit that is brought back after centuries doesn't sense any gap in time between the moment of its death and the moment it is channeled. Wait, didn't we just... Why are we repeating dialogue like 3 minutes away from each other? Ah, there's nothing better than enjoying Gingil cuisine with dear friends. That way, everyone's breath becomes equally malodorous. Right. And I believe my guests can corroborate this.
Hold it!
And who exactly were your guests that day? Don't tell me they were rebels, so they can't be called here to testify. It was none other than His Majesty, along with his family. He couldn't attend the rite due to work, so he stopped by ahead of time. My, how his daughter has grown. Wait a second. Let me set the record straight right now. I am not a rebel. Thank you for that wonderful meal, Abbot and me. Lady and me's cooking simply cannot be beat. I love the hair swish. It's so funny. So there you have it. When exactly was His Majesty at your home? He was there from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Indeed, precisely the time period within which Acolyte Zealot was slain. Yeah, he does seem to have rehearsed this, hasn't he? Yes, and we had a rousing chat concerning the game of Catch them all. Really, it's Pokemon. But I'll just have that added to the testimony. After all, it was I who visited the High Priest's home. I guess that day were His Majesty and his family. They visited from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m.
Hold it!
We're gonna press that too. Your Majesty, are you sure this testimony is completely accurate? As sure can be. Oh wow, wonderful it is to finally have my actions be admissible as evidence in court. His Majesty was at my home during the exact time period of the murder. Come, let us put this behind us. I could not have possibly committed this crime. How can you be so sure? What if the clock or watch you were using was off, or you misread the time? There was a clock right near the table, and it had the exact same time as my watch. I feel like if the judge personally knew the victim, he shouldn't be allowed to judge this case. Yeah, I mean, conflict of interest is pretty commonplace, isn't it? It's not just common, it's actively encouraged here. There was a clock right near the table, and it had the exact same time as my watch. Could both be wrong? Never. We would never have conflicts of interest. My favorite is Great Ace Attorney having like major jury people like be part of major cases later on. That was always funny. That happens to us in the US. Yeah, true. Sheesh, I only played the first one, but yeah. Yeah, the juror system was a mess. I kind of hope they don't do it if they make another one. As you can see, my alibi is airtight. Or do you still think I could have killed Acolyte Zealot? His Majesty's a witness. Are you satisfied now? There is not a single discrepancy in Abbott and me's alibi. Kristoff was right. Yeah, we should have listened. just like a. Oh yeah, the mechanics of like pitting people against each other was kind of cool, but like, it just felt like a lot of dialogue and dumping. It wasn't always obvious info dumping, you know. Yeah. Yeah, it's like a meme that's like. It's like that one meme of Kojima's face, and it says, "I warned you." Except it's like a picture of the jury and Great Ace Attorney, and then it's Kristoff's face, and it says, "I warned you." I know that doesn't make sense, but yeah, they were. That was so funny. I love the screen they use for it. It's so funny. Now hold on a second. Is there anything wrong with the High Priest's testimony? Fake it till you make it. There is a discrepancy in the High Priest's testimony. There is. Well, then perhaps you could have explained what it might be. This is what was wrong with his testimony. The prayer priest was short. He's too friendly with the judge. Well, that's true, but that's probably not the right answer. He knew the time of the... I'm gonna check the court. There should be... I think something was... I think there's something that does mention the time here. That just says it must be finished. But oh, do we have a clock in the background of this, maybe? I don't think so. But wait. What was Maya doing at that time? Because Maya had a meal with them. Does that mean he had a different meal with someone else afterwards? I don't know. Why would they have two meals? That seems weird. Why wouldn't you just invite everyone for a meal? He was dead and didn't know Zealot was dead. Yeah. Yeah, the summation was that, yeah, I mean, they even admit narratively that it's like an old-timey rule that's not really used often. And everyone gets annoyed when Naruhodo is like, I want to do a summation examination. It's like, oh, this again? Come on, nobody even does this anymore, bro. But unfortunately, it's your right to do it, so we have to let you. And it's just nobody actually wants to do it. But yeah, he knew the time of the crime. After Abidemi was channeled, no one ever stated what time Acolyte Zealot was murdered. Yeah, I guess we just never knew that, huh? Now that you mention it. Despite that, you claim to have an alibi from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. That means you knew that Acolyte Zealot... I mean, that also brings up the obvious thing of, like, they do that feast from 12 to 3. So, that leaves no alibi from 12 to 2. When you were still alive. Ha! Oh, wait, that's really funny. I think I saw something just now. No, I must be imagining things. So tell me, how did you know what time the crime had been committed? About that. Open your heart, let the Holy Mother in. Why? We've been blessed with the High Priest's sacred words of prayer. All who serve her holiness must strive to banish worldly desires from their soul. Open your heart, let the Holy Mother in. Purge your mind of greed and bias. I feel as if my very soul has been cleansed. You can't fool me. Prayer may banish worldly desires, but it can't make a contradiction disappear. I wonder what that word is supposed to mean. Is it objection, or is it just hold it? Or is it take that? How can you be so sure? What's that supposed to mean? This lawyer seems to think little of the power of Kurainist prayer. Oh yeah, he definitely has something. Huh? Abidemi was at home during the crime, but knew of what happened at the hideout. He does have an objection, you're right, yeah. I believe it might be hold it then. I believe this can be explained thusly. He must have had a way to monitor the hideout from his home. What? Oh, Mr. Yap is suddenly very silent. You never cease to amaze, prosecutor. As he has surmised, there was a listening device installed at the hideout. It enabled me to instantly learn of anything unusual, even when I was not there. Remember, the rebels have been using this as a top-secret hideout. It would be perfectly natural for them to install such an apparatus. Wait, come to think of it, when I was searching the rebel hideout... There's something under the banner. A microphone. What's this doing here? Was someone trying to record something with it? Oh yeah, I remember that, and then we just kind of moved on after that. That was a listening... Bro, a microphone? You literally said it was... Bro. A microphone? That was a listening device? What? Bro, come on. Per the wiki, Satora is a Kuraina's mantra that is meant to awaken those lost in their daydreams. Oh, that's cool. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, big no. Stop messing around, idiot. Yeah, that makes sense. I kind of love that, actually. You just call a guy an idiot in court. Leading the witness, yeah. It starts recording whenever it detects movement. And I heard just such a recording after His Majesty and his family left. If you look in the desk in my study, you will find the tape in question. Alright then. Bailiff. Yes, Your Majesty. Go retrieve the tape in question from the High Priest's tomb. At what, Your Majesty? The power of Kuraina's prayer. Even a putrid brain such as yours should understand it now. It's like the contradiction really did vanish. We shall ascertain the content of the recording once we have the tape. In the meantime, I would ask Abedinmi to continue with his testimony. Very well. Alright, we got testimony number 2. Testimony 2. I heard everything. I was entertaining His Majesty and his family when the crime occurred. When I really hate the sound effects it makes when he does that. They're trying to present him as simply a hard ass, but Naruto really does come up as blatantly corrupt and incompetent. Yeah, well, yeah, he's corrupt and incompetent in a way that nobody knows because he doesn't share information with anyone. Even people he's working directly with, like Ebba is like being like, oh, that's why he asked me to do that. Because he never tells me anything. When I listened to the tape later, I heard a man and a woman quarreling. It sounded like an altercation between Acolyte Zealot and Acolyte Faye. After that, there was a loud noise followed by haunting silence. I have to find some way to attack his alibi. Is this the first time we've actually seen the audience this clearly? Do they animate? I wonder if they're frozen. She has a way of putting me at ease. That's true, right? Yeah, he's basically on Easy Street here. This is the first time he's actually had to work. He has no idea how to do it. But seeing her like this is only creeping me out. Though the High Priest was a rebel, he was still a Kurainist holy man. Therefore, take care in your questioning, lest you invoke the ire of our people. At this point, I don't care about invoking their ire. I'm leaving the second I'm done here. I'm never coming back. As if this wasn't hard enough already. Nice try, but I'll stop at nothing to find the truth. Alright, I heard everything. As I did ask me when the crime. You were entertaining His Majesty and his family during the crime? Indeed, my wife Belib was treating them to her wonderful home cooking. Oh, true, gasp and pain, yeah. I mean, you gotta give it to Pain for one thing, at least, is that he at least knows what a functional legal system looks like. Although, didn't he get, like, disbarred, and that's why he flew to... Didn't they allude to, like, him doing some kind of crime, and that's why he went to Kurain? Your wife was there that day? Honestly, I almost feel like Nayuta's charisma is very shallow, too, like... At first I was like, oh my god, he's so cool, but honestly, his whole deal gets pretty old eventually. I'm already kind of like, yeah, wow, he doesn't have that many animations. I've seen all of them. He was kicked him up because he was correct. That's right. Come to think of it, I don't think I saw her at all that day. She takes her culinary duties most seriously, you see. That is why she was in the kitchen cooking without pause the entire day. So the judge never saw Mrs. Inmi? Should I have Abedinmi add the statement to his testimony? Yeah, of course. Please add that statement to your testimony. As you wish. My wife really was in the kitchen cooking the entire time. Hold it! What was your wife making that day? The menu that day featured Hatin Soupes and Mel Tenmot. They are both traditional Koreanist dishes. I can't even begin to imagine what those are. Ah, yes, the exquisite zest of Hatin soupes and the supreme texture of melton moat. Lady Inme's cooking that day was utterly unforgivable. Yeah, at least Blackwell has some freaking honor. Even if it's in a weeb way, you know. Thank you. It brings me great joy to know you enjoyed your meal. Now, once His Majesty and his family had left... Oh, it's at Melton Mouth. When I listened to the tape later, I heard a man and a woman quarreling. You heard everything from a recording? Indeed. Each night I would secretly check what the listening device had recorded. I would have been in serious trouble with my lovely wife had she discovered my secret. Can you really tell what happened by the audio alone? Ab insisting his wife was totally there when the other witness has no recollection of seeing her. Yeah, why? She's just in the couch or in the kitchen cooking the whole time. Doesn't eat herself. Like, what's up with that? That seems weird. Especially since we literally have a picture of her at the table. So she wasn't cooking the whole time, obviously. Long years of aesthetic training have sharpened my hearing. It is but a simple matter for me to ascertain a situation by the sounds I hear. Practicing Koreanism improves your hearing? Hearing is but one of the senses it can improve. If one can focus and attain inner peace, all 5 senses can be sharpened. Why, the warp ad over in the bazaar just cried. Did you not hear it? Give me a break. His wife did it? Oh, that's spicy, but I guess it's not completely out of this world. You never know, man. There's a lot of corruption going on around here, it seems like. Sounded like an altercation between Acolyte Zealot and Acolyte Faye. You're gonna have to give me a little bit more than that, though. Hold on, are you sure about those voices? Was it really Acolyte Zealot and Miss Faye? I'd say that was the most reasonable conclusion under the circumstances. Okay, so you don't actually know for sure. That's what you're saying. Or perhaps Acolyte Faye has an alibi that you can prove? I'm afraid not. Then I suggest you make like a mollusk and clam up. Now, I will continue my testimony if I may. After that, there was a loud noise followed by haunting silence. Hold it! A loud noise? I'd say that's worth looking into. It was a terrible crashing sound. Poor Acolyte Zealot. It must have felt so heavy. It must have been the sound of that stone slab falling over. Should I have him add that statement to his testimony? Yeah, baby. Please add that statement to your testimony. As you wish. I would describe the noise as a terrible crash. Poor Zealot. It must have felt so heavy. Hold it! You believe that terrible crash is connected to Acolyte Zealot's death? Yes, the sound no doubt was poor Zealot's death knell. Such a tragedy, for he was such a fine disciple. I would ask all here today to give a prayer for his departed soul. Zul Shirei Matami Yoma. I had high hopes for that young man's future. Zul Shirei Matami Yoma. Yeah, it seems more likely that he'd cover for his wife than he would for Maya, right? Throw Maya under the bus to save his wife. Sounds right. Why do I feel like such a jerk for just trying to do my job right now? Hi, Meversian. Good to see you. Yeah, so slay, right? Mr. Right. Do you still feel the need to question the High Priest? His alibi is as tight can be. Phrasing, dude. This isn't going so well. I'd better ask him about something else. I'm curious, Abbott and me. Stella died from being stabbed? Wait. That's Turnabout. Do we have an autopsy report? Yeah, we do. Causes death, spinal cord injury from a stab wound to his back. Wasn't it like he fell into the dagger, though? Yeah, he died from being stabbed. Did you stop by the rebel hideout after His Majesty left? Yeah. Oh, no, wait, wasn't it? No, sorry, that was this. That was, hang on. Which one was it that fell into this sharp statue? I don't remember. Yes, I thought it would be wise to assess the situation. But as I said before, there was nothing to see. The hideout appeared as it always had. And the victim's body? It was nowhere to be found. Acolyte Faye must have already disposed of it, and anything else incriminating. So when you saw the rebel hideout, it looked like it does in this photo? Yes, I would say that is how it appeared that day. So the stone slab had been put back in place. Rebel hideout photo updated. Just after the accident. Mr. Wright. Is it not time to concede defeat? No, wait, I just need a little more time. Alright, sorry, one moment. I started this thing where if you can't find the contradiction in the first go around, it does this whole other scene, which may or may not have relevant info, but also seems like it's just spinning wheels. Yeah, there's been a lot of times where it's like, oh no, what am I gonna do? I can't find a contradiction. It's over. Wait, there's one thing. Yeah, there's a lot of that. It feels like everything is like, it has to be like saving it from the jaws of death at the last second. I mean, he's literally already been convicted. He's literally like awaiting trial at this point. Yeah, that was Zealot who got pushed into the statue and got stabbed to death, right? Pretty brutal way to go, honestly. If you insist. Was entertaining His Majesty and his family when the crime occurred. Did we press this one? Okay, I did. I gotta go through all of them, I think. I wish you could skip these when you already seen them. I know there's much more testimony I can bring out by pressing, and I can tell the judge is growing impatient. Okay, why did it... There have been some changes in both the testimony and the evidence. That means there could very well be an inconsistency somewhere. Gotta find it before he returns to the Twilight Realm. Okay. Did I do that one? I don't get it.
Hold it!
I don't think I need to present that just yet. It's telling me to...
Hold it!
It's telling me to press all remaining statements, but I don't know what I haven't done.
Hold it!
Why? What? What did I not press? Okay. No, it's not actually Arrow. This is a press all statements one. All of them so far have been press all statements ones, but I don't know what I haven't pressed. I feel like I've pressed all of them. Unless this guide is wrong, which, you know, I'm sorry, Strategy Wiki, you're great, but you have been wrong before. Wait, what? Oh, did I misread something? I think I skipped a line. Okay. Okay, you were right. I apologize, Arrow. You were right. The hideout photo.
Objection!
Admit me, you said, and I quote, they didn't bold. The reason I missed it is because they usually on this guide they bold it, but they didn't bold the line this time. That's why I missed it. Poor Zealot. It must have felt so heavy. Why do you think he felt something heavy? You said the hideout looked like it did in this photo. If so, there's nothing that would lead you to believe he experienced a heavy feeling. Oh my gosh, this sprite is cursed, dude. Stop wiggling like that. The fact is, of course, a stone slab did fall over onto Acolyte Zealot, impaling him on the Warbat statue behind him. But that was only revealed through her benevolence's divination seance earlier. Would the defense please get to the point? Worst qualities, Wiggles. Do you think he did that when he was alive too? My point is, simply hearing a crashing sound shouldn't have automatically led him to conclude the victim was crushed to death. I still don't see your point. I'm saying that the High Priest knew. He knew how the victim was really killed. Jeez, what a brutal way to go. Why? And that is information only the real killer could have known. Ah! I definitely saw it that time. I've got the High Priest's spirit shaking in his boots, or should I say sandals. Need I remind you, Abbot Inme was with his magistry at the time of the crime. Such an alibi precludes him from being the killer. That's true, so he can't be the killer. However, he knew how Zealot was killed, something only the killer could know. Can this discrepancy be resolved somehow? Well, Mr. Wright, we're waiting for an explanation. I was just getting to that. It's time to think of something quick. The High Priest knew something only the killer could have known because... Obviously, he didn't hear it through the trial. He just showed up. I'm guessing he heard it from the real... He was an accessory to the real culprit. He must have heard how the victim died from... or maybe not an accessory, but he knew about it. He heard about it. He was told. From the real killer. The real killer? Of course, that makes perfect sense. I don't want to believe it, but this is the only possible explanation. So tell us, who is this real killer? It's gotta be someone close to the High Priest. Someone without an alibi. The person most likely to be Zealot's killer is Albie. No. I love how it defaults to Albie. Poor Albie. Okay, so who's close to... Who is closest to who is closest to Abbott and me? Who is not Zealot, Maya, or no? Yeah, I guess just Zealot and Maya. I guess it's really his wife, huh? That's the only other person. You might have been right, Arrow. If we eliminate, then it is her.
Take that!
Unfortunately, she is the closest. Your Majesty, while you were visiting the High Priest's home, you didn't see Mrs. Inme at all, did you? No, I never saw her, but what does that have to do with anything? Did the High Priest ever leave your sight? No, we were talking the entire time, and the food was brought right to the room's entryway. So the High Priest has an ironclad alibi. But his wife does not. What the devil are you insinuating? I'm insinuating that Mrs. Inme might have killed Acolyte Zealot. He's crazy for that, but maybe he's right. You have a lot of nerve making such a baseless allegation. She had no motive to kill Acolyte Zealot. He was like family to her. No, we can't entirely discount the idea. Especially if you consider that Mrs. Inme could have been the one posing as Lady Kira. Even a fool must temper his foolishness at times. Or do you truly believe Lady Kira would kill Acolyte Zealot, though he was not a rebel?
Objection!
As we all know, the High Priest was a secret rebel. It would follow that his favorite disciple could very well be a rebel too. Nuh-uh. What do you mean, nuh-uh? Are you suggesting that Mrs. Inme killed her husband as well? As sad as it is to think she'd kill her own husband to rid the kingdom of rebels, I don't think we can rule it out. They voiced that? That's pretty cool. You claim my wife is that rebel hunting Lady Kira? And that she slew both Zealot and myself? My lovely wife? That is utterly impossible. Yikes. I have never seen the High Priest so angry. It is as Abbot Inme stated. And the accused has already been found guilty of his murder. It is far too late to overturn it. That's right, Mr. Wright. Now apologize to the good priest before he gets angry again. Quickly now. No, I'm not going to apologize. The true identity of Lady Kira is a major piece to this trial's puzzle. Admit it, Abbot Inme. Your wife, Lady Inme, killed you. Yet even now you continue to lie in an effort to protect her. How absurd! It appears the lawyer has forgotten. My lovely wife could not possibly battle the rebels in the guise of Lady Kira, for we were blessed by her holiness, and she is with child. Praise be to the Holy Mother. Yeah, that's the thing. I completely forgot about that. That abominable Lady Kira figure who slew me and Acolyte Zealot was the accused. This is bad, but I can't give up now. Don't forget, my client doesn't have the strength to fight rebels either. How could a weak young woman like her Do you have to say it like that, though? You foolish oaf of a lawyer. If only you were... Oops, sorry. If only you were as blessed as Lady Inme. Nuh-uh. Yeah, the judge is just like, I think I have to agree with the nuh-uh. Do you have anything to back that up? Surely the accused possesses the strength, or should I say, the power. The power to battle those black-hearted rebels. She could have took the special food, right? Oh, maybe. Not to Mr. Juanito. What? What? Wait, what? Yeah. Oh, wait, yeah. God, I quoted that one house tweet to Daisy the other night, and they were like, "What are you talking about?" Once again, I quoted a tweet that wasn't seen by the person I was talking to, and I sounded crazy. Bingo. My good prosecutor, I see that you have come to the same conclusion as I. Such keen insight. Then you have figured it out as well, Abbot Inme? May I ask you to explain it to this putrid-brained lawyer? Certainly, for I cannot allow him to frame my lovely wife for murder. For devil! Your Majesty, allow me to testify as to how Maya Fey is that murderous Lady Kira. Well, if it would assuage your anger, then by all means please testify. Okay, the judge is clearly like a doormat here. He's just letting the high priest do whatever the heck he wants. Maya Fey is Lady Kira. Acolyte Fey channeled Lady Kira's spirit. She is a spirit medium who knows Lady Kira's true name, so she could have done it. So it was the real Lady Kira who returned to root out the rebels among us. Among us. She attacked and killed me with a strength far beyond any mortal woman. But do you understand now? Murder by spirit channeling explains everything. This is the only way the accused could have defeated one rebel after another. Indeed, I am a living, or shall I say, dead proof of her terrible power. Ah! Maya's ability to channel spirits, it's come back to haunt her. Now, is it not time to let it go and move on, defense? No, never. I'll never give up. Now what? Think. How can I prove that Maya couldn't have channeled Lady Kira? Okay. Maya Fey is Lady Kira. True, yeah. A lot of times it's like they might as well not even be there. They're just like, oh wow, interesting. Acolyte Fey channeled Lady Kira's spirit. She is a spirit medium who knows Lady Kira's true name, so she could have done it. We did get this from Maya. The priestess acting as Lady Kira representative must know her name. That name is Im-san. Oh, speaking this name is unforgivable. I'm sorry. Among Us.
Hold it!
While it's true she may be capable of channeling Lady Kira, I doubt there's any proof she actually did. We are talking about the infamous rebel hunter here. That modern-day Lady Kira has captured many a rebel all by herself, and among them have been more than a few great warriors. Who but the real Lady Kira could have accomplished such a feat? It would be difficult for a mere mortal. That leaves the real Lady Kira of legend as the only likely answer. Indeed. Is this not proof enough that the real Lady Kira of legend had been channeled? The real Lady Kira of legend. That's an oxymoron if I ever heard one. Then again, the people of Kurain believe legends to be true. Okay, this is actually a little bit opaque, so we're just gonna go ahead and present this.
Objection!
Doesn't have a law that doesn't pin the crimes of channeled spirits on the medium. Yeah, it's weird because they also got the monarchy thing. Like, Maya was hiding that she can do spirit channeling while she was here, so it's definitely it seems to be complicated. I think it probably goes back to even the DC Act. The instability probably goes back further than that. The Tomb of Secrets is only given to the priestess who performs the purification rite. Is this your proof that my client could have channeled Lady Kira? Yes, indeed, for it contains the true name of Lady Kira, a secret only revealed within. Have it in me. I'm afraid you're mistaken. This couldn't have been used to channel Lady Kira. What nonsense? Mr. Wright, would you care to explain? This is why my client couldn't channel Lady Kira. The mask?
Take that!
That's what the mask is! That's what the point of the mask is. You need both a name and a face to channel. Ah, that's pretty smart. It can't be. Without a face, it would have been impossible for my client to channel Lady Kira. Oh my. We also have like a deity who you're not allowed to depict their face. So that, I don't know, maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. I just remembered that. The claim that she became Lady Kira by means of spirit channeling is patently false. Gah! And with Lady Kira out of the equation, my client had no motive to commit murder. But then, who is the rebel hunting Lady Kira you've been reading about in the paper? Yes, who is this other suspect, if indeed there is one at all? Yeah, it turns out that was just someone running around in a cloak, sorry. It was cosplay, sorry. Let us hear the defense's brilliant deduction. Think. The true identity of Lady Kira is the key to solving both murders. It's still the wife, guys. Yeah. I thought Mrs. Imi was suspicious, but her pregnancy takes her out of the running. And Mr. Arabelle is a rebel, so that doesn't make sense. That leaves us with, Mr. Wright, you have that look again. The one where you know you have to say something, but you can't figure out what it is. This is my chance to really turn up the heat. I'll just have to stir the pot till something floats to the top. It could have been Zelot, and then he just accidentally died. It does seem like a pretty dumb accidental death, doesn't it? Your Majesty, I know who's been posing as the rebel hunting Lady Kira. You do? Are you sure about that? Yes, completely. I sense that I may regret this, but please go on and explain. Thank you, Your Majesty. This is who's been posing as the rebel hunting Lady Kira. Albie! There's only one other person. If we're saying it's not Maya, and it's not the wife, it's not Belieb. It could have been him. He tried to kill Terest or his wife and they reversed it on him. Possibly. It's either he successfully killed him and then accidentally died himself, or... Oh yeah, what you said.
Take that!
Praise a lot. What's this? The High Priest's murdered disciple was Lady Kira, you say? Peace, I say peace. The defense will continue. Yes, Your Majesty. I whittled down the list of suspects until there was only one left.
Objection.
But a process of elimination is not the same as solid evidence. I assume you have evidence to back up your claim? Yes, of course. I will have some in a moment, that is. At least I hope so. Maya wasn't Lady Kira, and neither was Mrs. Inmee or any of the other possibilities. That leaves Zelot, and I have the evidence to prove it. The evidence that proves Acolyte Zelot was posing as Lady Kira is this? What could it be? Wait. No. No, I was thinking... Okay, so this thing says only someone capable of entering the priest's home could have delivered this warning. So if it was not Maya, and if it was not Belieb, then it could only have been him.
Take that!
Who made this warning? Real name, yeah. This is what proves that Acolyte Zelot was Lady Kira. Lady Kira's warning letter. How absurd. What could that possibly prove? Prosecutor Sadmati, you stated that this warning letter proved that my client was Lady Kira, and the reason you gave was that the High Priest's house was locked tight. But there was another member of the family who lived there. Ah! Therefore, Acolyte Zealot could have delivered the warning anytime he wanted. What is he talking about? That's just not possible. His wiggles. Are you saying Lady Kira was not the culprit, but rather the victim? That's exactly what I'm saying. But that would overturn the entire premise of this case. The trial has proceeded on the assumption Lady Kira was behind the serial killings. But if Lady Kira is one of the victims, who was the killer and what was their motive? The only suspect left is Mrs. Inmee. And there's only one possible motive. What if Mr. Inmee is what if Mrs. Inmee is a rebel? What? Fiend, you're still bent on casting suspicion upon my lovely wife? Blasphemer, you have no evidence of this. Repent for the mistrust in your soul.
Objection!
Well, you have no evidence either. After all, the dagger with my client's print on it wasn't what killed Acolyte Zealot. And the plumed Punisher theme he heard could have been an alarm clock. That means all of the evidence linking her to the crime has been called into question. Was Lady Inmee a rebel? And did she pose as Lady Kira to kill Acolyte Zealot? Or was Acolyte Zealot a rebel, and was the accused the Lady Kira who killed him? I would say either scenario is just as likely. What are we to do now? The alarm clock, you say? Do you mean the one in the rebel hideout? Yes, but what of it? So that's it. What's gotten into him? Worst quality, his giggles. Abbott in me, just what is so comical? That's a downright chortle right there. Forgive my outburst. That has simply tickled my funny bone. What did? The theme song came from the plumed Punisher clock, you say? Huh. That alarm could not possibly have gone off. What makes you say that? The clock was working just fine the last time I checked. Try using your head for a change. Would not the existence of a secret hideout be given away if an alarm kept going off? Wait, you don't mean... Indeed, we leave the alarm switched off at all times. No! Okay, he could be lying about that, though. No guarantee he's being truthful about that. In that case, I am sad to say that the defense's claim does not hold water. Would you care to respond, Mr. Wright? Yeah, exactly. They could have either turned it on or he's just lying about it. Yeah, we never saw him, so we thought. But then again, that could be part of, you know, if the wife did it, that could have been part of her front. Like, oh, he was such a darling. Oh, I miss him so much. Would you care to respond, Mr. White? Oh, this can't be happening. Not now. This should put an end to the lawyer's futile struggles. The theme song the victim heard was from the accused strap, just as we suspected. Therefore, the accused is the rebel-hunting Lady Kira, and the victim's killer. I need an opening, something I can raise an objection to. That plumed Punisher theme song Acolyte Zealot heard in his final moments. I too heard it by way of the listening device. But did you really? If you had heard it, why didn't you testify to it before? Is it not obvious? I did not know such a tune could become a key matter of dispute. Well, you're here in court now, buddy. You gotta be truthful while you're here, buddy. Maya got the strap from someone else, and we don't know when Maya got it. Yeah, we don't know actually. Wait. Maya got this in exchange for her Steel Samurai wash. Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, she said she got it from someone. Yeah, she met another fan, but we never we never hear who that is. I remember. Possibly, yeah. Oh, right. Well then, what if he's lying about the clock's alarm being switched off? Miserable wretch. That would be a pointless lie, one easily disproven. If you check the clock, you will see that the alarm is, in fact, switched off. Ah, come to think of it. What a fine item. And this switch, if I'm right. We set the switch back into the off position before we left. I remember hearing it clearly. Those distinctive taiko drums in the intro are echoed in my mind, etched in my mind. They went Daka don 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 don. Wait, hang on. Hold on. That's not a taiko drum. He's talking about the Steel Samurai theme. Maya got this in exchange for her Steel Samurai watch. Ah. Distinctive taiko drums in the intro. This trial has gone on far too long. Shall we move ahead to the verdict phase now? By all means, and let us also return Abbot Inmy's spirit to the Twilight Realm. Before I go, let me say a word to my darling wife.
Objection!
Steel Samurai Sweep! Now hold on just 1 minute. Nah, he might actually get this one. Your Majesty. Yes, the High Priest's statement is inconsistent with a certain piece of evidence. It is? Still you writhe in defiance of your fate. The very sight reminds me of a tortured soul writhing in flames. You won't be saying that once I show you the evidence. Now all I have to do is pick the right one. This piece of evidence is inconsistent with the statement about the taiko drum intro. It's the Plume Punisher strap.
Take that!
That's the only thing we have that makes a sound, and it's not that. This is what is inconsistent with his statement. My client's Plume Punisher strap. To think Maya can see what's happening right now and is losing her mind, like, you know those don-don-dons, you know them from everywhere. Yeah, she's screaming in the spirit channeling realm right now. She's like, I don't know how it works with this, if she can like reclaim control of her body, but she's like, that's not what it is. You just pissed off the biggest Steel Samurai fan in the room. What does that have to do with anything? It plays the Plumed Punisher theme song. And here it is, the theme to the Plumed Punisher, warrior of Neo Twilight Realm. Do you see what I mean? The music the victim heard in his final moments might not have been the Plumed Punisher theme song. I believe that Maya is, honestly. Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. She can break through the morphogenetic field. She can surpass human limits. I'm afraid I'm not following you. What if it was not the Plumed Punisher theme? What was it if it was not? In his final moments, Acolyte Zealot heard, aha, the Steel Samurai theme. There are no taiko drums in the intro of the Plumed Punisher theme. So what Acolyte Zealot actually heard in his final moments was the theme of the Steel Samurai, warrior of Neo Old Tokyo. Boom. Peace, 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 I say. Mr. Wright, what is this Steel Samurai of which you speak? Come on, man. It's the thing that the Plume Punisher is a ripoff of. The Steel Samurai Warrior of Neo Old Tokyo is an action hero show from America. The Plume Punisher theme is a total is very similar to it. If you didn't know about the Steel Samurai, you could easily mistake the two. Maybe Maya is screaming from the spirit realm, and because Phoenix has some spirit sense, that means he heard it. That's why he found that. That's why he realized that. He doesn't know how to explain it, but that's why. That's my headcanon. Yeah, they should have. But the fact that Acolyte Zealot heard music from an American action hero show is irrefutable evidence that the accused was in the secret hideout. Actually, no. You have it backwards. Backwards? That's right. Miss Faye met an avid plumed Punisher fan here in Kurain. And as a token of their friendship, she traded a certain Steel Samurai item she had for the plumed Punisher strap. Huh? And this avid plumed Punisher fan was the one who killed Acolyte Zealot? Yes. And that avid fan is none other than the High Priest's wife. Believe in me.
Objection.
Do you have evidence to back up this claim, Mr. Wright? I don't know. Let's bring her in and ask her what she knows about it. If she's a true fangirl, she'll be able to instantly answer. For as forgiving as the Holy Mother is, I doubt she would tolerate yet another dose of your baseless slander. I suggest you prepare yourself to face Her Holiness's wrath. Oh, I'm prepared. To turn this entire case upside down, that is. This is my last chance. I better take a deep breath and review the evidence. Very well then. Please present your evidence, if you would, defense. The evidence that proves Mrs. Amy was the one who killed Acolyte Zealot is this. I mean, the only thing we can see that has... Oh! It's so obvious now that I'm looking at it. Look at Baleeb's wrist. She's got a watch on with the Steel Samurai on it. And Maya is literally holding the strap. Easy.
Take that.
It's right here in this family photo. Proof that Mrs. Inmee and Miss Faye traded items featuring their favorite characters.
Objection.
Literally hidden in plain sight. I didn't even notice it. A family photo? And what exactly should we be looking at here? The proof that they exchange items featuring their favorite characters is right here. Right here.
Take that.
Look at Mrs. Inmee's left wrist. Can you even tell time with that? You can see the Steel Samurai's trademark top knot right there. Which clearly makes this a Steel Samurai watch. Harg! Why, I never knew your wife had such hobbies, Abbott and me. This family photo was taken right before Acolyte Zealot was murdered. By that point, my client had the Punisher strap, and Mrs. Inmee had the Samurai watch. So what the victim heard in his final moments was none other than the sound of the watch Mrs. Inmee was wearing. Why would she wear it while doing a murder? That was kind of stupid. Is she stupid? I wish to amend my testimony. What I thought were tackle drones were something else. My wife never had such a watch. It's the truth I tell you. You must believe me, your majesty. Satoradi Yamata Volto Bada Mima. Be not deceived by the defense's loyalty, chicanery. Oh my god. He said the thing, chicanery. He said the thing. Do I not have the Slip and Jimmy emote? What happened to my Slip and Jimmy emote? He started it, Jimmy. Chicanery. Slip and Jimmy, thank you. I couldn't find it for some reason. Wait, was it removed? Oh my god, he really was slipping. No. Wait, hang on. Can we fix that? I think this is a chicanery one. Okay, here, I'm gonna add chicanery. He'd been pretty quiet up to this point. What does he have up his sleeve? There is a big gaping hole in his flimsy claim. A big gaping hole? I don't think so. Oh no, I'm afraid it is there, all right. Just like the big gaping holes in your putrid brain. My brain is neither putrid nor full of holes. I'm not a zombie after all. Says the dead lawyer walking. He who has narrow vision focuses on what is before him, never seeing the big picture. Or as they say in your country, you cannot see the forest for the trees. Is that an American saying? For if it is as you said, and Lady Inme, the rebel, slew Acolyte Zealot, the rebel hunting Lady Kira, then the rebel hunter would have been dead before the high priest was slain. Ah, that means the high priest could not have been slain by the rebel hunting Lady Kira. Yeah, she just wants to listen to tunes while she kills people. I get it. Many such cases. How could I have missed that? So tell me, who are you going to say killed the high priest now? No! Lo-Fi beats to commit homicide too. Do you finally understand the sheer size of the holes that riddle your putrid brain? Ack, I'm in hot water now. I don't have any other suspects in the high priest's murder. Thank God this case is almost over, honestly. Like I feel like it's kind of coming back around in the last portion, but phew, I am ready to be done with this. You mindless zombie, you should have begun your journey into the Twilight Realm long ago. Now let it go and move on. No, I will never give up. I just need to think things through and figure them out. Figure out who really killed the high priest. Oh my god, we're gonna go. Oh, it's this. Alright. If Acolyte Zealot had been Lady Kira, he couldn't have killed the high priest. So the question is who did? Maybe I can get to the bottom of this by reviewing the events of the case in order. What evidence could tell me something about the crime scene before the murder? The crime scene before the murder. My statement. The spring water was already stained red when we arrived at the inner sanctum on the day of the riot. It's gotta be that then, right? Woo! The spring was stained red before the riot. It could either be a suicide made to look murder, or an accident, or a murder followed by an accidental death. Those are the top ones, I guess. Oh, right. Maya said that the spring had been stained red before the rite even began. The spring was already red before the high priest murder because of... Zealots? It would be Zealot, right? He's the one who died first. I love these graphics. That's right, Zealot had been killed in the rebel hideout the day before the riot, and his blood had flowed into the spring. Wait a second, the high priest knew that Zealot had been killed in the hideout, so why didn't he report it to the authorities? If Maya had been the killer, he could have easily had her arrested on the spot. Why didn't the high priest inform the authorities right then? To keep the hideout hidden, to threaten Maya? Probably mostly to keep the hideout hidden, but also... I mean, Maya would be the easiest one to throw under the bus, I guess. People are the least likely to believe her. Which, as we're seeing in this entire case. If he reported Zealot's murder, the authority would find out about the hideout. That's what he was worried about. But going through with the rite... Literally, graphic design is my passion. The high priest risked having Maya see the spring running red with blood. Why did he have to go through with the rite? Did he want to set up the scene during it? Use it as a distraction. Yeah, that makes sense. He wanted to set up the crime to conceal the hideout. But how was he planning on concealing the source of the blood in the spring? He used his own blood. Oh. Oh. He concealed the source of the blood with his own. That was how he kept the rebel hideout a secret. It's all starting to fall into place. I know who killed the high priest. It was... Dang. Were you right again, Arrow? That's crazy. On fire today. Tarrus's death was a suicide. I can't believe it. The high priest took his own life to keep the rebel hideout a secret. I know, right? I love it when they do stuff like that with fonts. It's so cool. The high priest wasn't murdered by anyone. One thing I really love in visual novels specifically is when they do funny things with text. When they play with text in interesting ways, I always love that. I always love it. I'm like, mwah, chef's kiss. He took his own life to keep the rebel hideout a secret. What? What? You cannot object. What's this? The high priest committed suicide? I've never heard anything more absurd. The lawyer has placed a stain on the good priest's death with his putrid brain. Its putrid, gaping holes are as large as the hole in his logic. What hole? Don't say that, Phoenix. You're gonna get clipped out of context. You still fail to understand. You truly cannot see the forest for the trees. You claim the high priest took his own life, but have you considered who brought the dagger to the Plaza of Devotion? Ah. After the high priest was killed, the dagger was thrust into Acolyte Zealot's dead body. Only the accused, Maya Fey, could have done that. It is as Prosecutor Sadmani says. Your claim is rather porous in its logic, and your evidence is too weak. Okay, so they just did another nuh-uh. You cannot prove that the high priest took his own life to conceal the rebel hideout. They're right, the dagger was impaled in Zealot's body, but his body had been placed at the plaza the previous day. Well, Mr. Wright, would you care to respond? Zealot's body was already in the plaza the day before the right, but what if the dagger was already in him at the time? The dagger was never at the inner sanctum. It was moved by Tarrus's soul. Tarrus died by a different weapon. Of course, that's it. What is it? There was no need to move the dagger. You know. Oh. Oh. That was stabbed in after the fact. Yeah, the dagger was stabbed in after he was dead. So the statue might have done it. We saw blood on multiple spikes, didn't we? So that means, what does that mean? It means the dagger wasn't the weapon that took the high priest's life. We just found out that his blood was on it and we were like, sure, that must be right. But no weapon was ever found at the inner sanctum. If you will not listen to reason, then I insist you prove your assertion. Show us what you believe the real murder weapon to be. The real weapon? I've got nothing, but I know there had to be a weapon there. Maybe if I think back on the trial thus far, I'll spot the clue I need. Well, would the defense care to tell us what the real murder weapon is? Yeah, that's dangerous. Anyway, yeah, it's definitely this. I mean, the only other thing it could be would be like the stone in the rebel hideout crushing him, but the body does not seem to be consistent with that. And look how much blood is on it, too. That's not just one guy's blood, I don't think.
Take that!
Yeah. What really killed him has been at the inner sanctum all this time. and this lethality has already been demonstrated by the late Acolyte Zealot. That's right, it was the Warbat statue. Pop, 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 pop. Oh, we get a rare. Okay, this is really good. We get a rare Nayuta meltdown. You believe that the statue claimed both victims' lives? Would you care to chime in, Abbott and me? No, he lies. Pay him no heed. How old it? Why, it's... Oh, hey. Hey, girl, what's up? Lady in me. Darling, don't you think this has gone on long enough? Balib! No! Your Majesty, my wife knows nothing! Please, Abbott and me. Let your wife speak. Now, Lady in me, please continue if you would. Yeah, it's cool. He's just that incompetent that he gets owned that hard in court. It's that time again. And what time would that be? 2:30 in the afternoon. The time my husband conducts his daily prayers. And the time Puree was slain. Ah. Yeah. They use the Steel Samurai theme. I love it. That sound, it's the Steel Samurai alarm. I too like to pray at the same time as my dear husband. So I set an alarm to remind me each day. But I had no idea it would come to this. No, stop. She knows not what she speaks. Your Majesty, I am the one who slew Acolyte Zealot. Ah! Aww. I mean, if he wasn't such a jerk this entire time, I'd almost feel bad for him. Abbott in me. Bailiff, summon a physician at once. The physician is now attending the high priest, so there is no need to fear. Isn't that just Maya, though? Shouldn't Maya just come back? Now let us continue. And what about the half of him called Maya that's still among the living? Mrs. Inmee, will you tell us everything you know? The truth is, I am a rebel, just like my husband. This tragedy unfolded before the rite, during the Feast of Blessings. I had gone to the rebel hideout to prepare it for Datz's escape. And that's when Acolyte Zealot suddenly appeared. Yes, Puree was shocked when he saw me there. Acolyte Zealot did not know you were... that must be the argument that was heard. That was Puree and Balib. I do not believe he did. I believe he was there simply to investigate the hideout. And then he suddenly came face to face with Mrs. Inmee. So the true identity of the rebel hunting Lady Kira was Praise-a-Lot. Yes, he was a member of the secret police, serving directly under the Minister of Justice. He was a Fed? He was a plant? Bro, this government is so corrupt, it's crazy. The secret police. And this is what he said to me. I can kill rebels with impunity. The Justice Minister has my back. He was using his position within the secret police to deal us rebels a heavy blow. But murder sanctioned by the Crown is still murder. Even without the DC Act, Dirk and his insurgent scum buddies' days are numbered. What's that supposed to mean? Let's just say I got a little trick up my sleeve. And by that he means I got one guy who's just out there killing people. Cause you got a defiant attitude, like one of them dragon dupes. The trick-up Minister Inga's sleeve was Lady Kira. No, this can't be. My father would never. This must be a bolt out of the blue for Rafa. This explains why Acolyte Zealot abandoned his real name. Real name. Yes. Corrupt dictator, yeah. He even went as far as covering up the tattoo that all Kuraina's clergy members receive. Lady Kira was a member of the secret police? That explains why no order was given to investigate her attacks. Guess I'm not alone in hearing this for the first time. But, this cannot be. Is this true? The Justice Minister is sanctioning state-sponsored murder? Peace. Now, Lady Inmate, please continue. Puree suddenly lunged at me. That's when I pushed the stone slab toward him with all my might. Yeah, if it hasn't already happened, it's probably going to happen soon with all this corruption. Like, it's actively unsafe. But I never meant for what happened next to occur. Allow me to take it from here. Abedinme, are you sure you're alright now? I am sorry you had to see that, but you need not worry about me. I am already dead. Please, we need to know what was so important that you would take your own life. After I learned that my wife had accidentally slain Zealot. So I was right that it was an accidental death. I was wrong about who caused the accidental death. Huh. I chilled his body with snow to make it seem as if he died more recently than he did. Then I later moved it to the Plaza of Devotion and inserted the dagger into his wound. Okay, so we can add desecration of a corpse to your list of charges, I guess. The plaza was empty at the time, for it was before prayer time had started. Finally, I placed his body in the prayer pose, knowing that no one would notice anything was wrong until the rite had concluded. It is perfectly plausible that no one would disturb him if he seemed to be praying. We do treasure our prayer time, after all. So you admit you tried to pin this crime on Maya Fey? I correctly understood the case that there was a body in the street with a huge knife in his neck that no one noticed for like a day because it was in the prayer pose. Yeah, well, everyone else was in the prayer pose. So yeah, at first nobody seemed to notice. It's pretty crazy. There was a bunch of people praying and somehow it just got moved with nobody noticing. I think they even mentioned that at the beginning, but I don't know if we ever... I think they just kind of dropped that. They had to get there though. Yeah, he had to carry the body all the way down from the inner sanctum. Yeah, he did that. He said the plaza was empty when he put the... Yeah, you're right. They might have thought he was praying already? But the dagger, though. Really? They wouldn't notice that? Oh. Wait, that's a bit of a plot hole. Oh. They did mention that, but they were like, oh, well, everyone was so deep in prayer that they didn't notice. Yeah, that's actually... Yeah. Yeah, man, he's so good at this. He's just so good at this. I never told my wife of my plan, for surely she would have tried to stop me. How did you get Miss Faye's fingerprints on the dagger? I had her hold it while we were rehearsing the rite the day before. And right before the rite, I drugged her with a sleeping agent. That's why she doesn't remember she was drugged, dude. Oh, this guy sucks. Then I put Lady Kira's robes over the Warbat statue. That means Maya was probably already groggy by the time the rite started. Finally, I ended my own life, to ensure that the crime would appear to have been by Acolyte Faye's own hand. But when your body was discovered, Lady Kira's robes were on the ground. How did they end up there if they were on the statue? After I impaled myself on one of the statue's dagger-like feathers, I used the last ounce of my strength to hurl my body backwards. As I did, I grabbed onto the robes, taking them with me as I fell back onto the ground. How terrible! What possessed you to do such a thing? You needn't have committed suicide simply to frame the accused. Prosecutor Sadmadi, as one well-versed in our kingdom's legal system, I would expect you of all people to understand. Understand what? This kingdom's legal system? Mrs. Immi's crime. Your suicide. It can't be. That would be sadder than sad. Why, I believe the defense knows of what the High Priest speaks. Yes, I finally understand. This explains why the High Priest took his own life. This is it. This is the money shot. Dirk's Law Book. That's what the rebels are all about. He literally just doesn't even... Yeah, literally. This is his first day... This is his first real day at the job. This is his first big boy job. Although he's also like a hotshot international lawyer, so I don't know how he explained that. Circumstantial evidence supports Mrs. Inmee's killing of Acolyte Zealot in self-defense. However, it would be next to impossible to prove it without a lawyer. That's why the High Priest wanted to pin the crime on Maya Fey. I fail to see what that has to do with his suicide. In Kurain, the divination seance is the most important piece of trial evidence. The High Priest wanted to frame Miss Fey as a serial killer. It was a clever plan in which he made sure he'd see Lady Kira in his final moments. The lawyer speaks true. That is why I placed Lady Kira's robes upon the Warbat statue. I made it seem that Acolyte Fey was the rebel-hunting Lady Kira. But... Are you saying you used my divination seance to produce false evidence? I think Rafa is starting to get a lot of mistrust in this system. Forgive me, your benevolence. But it was the only way to help my lovely wife. If you had approached me first, I could have proved that the murder was in self-defense. Perhaps. But I had little faith in lawyers, despite being a rebel. How utterly foolish to cast away one's life for such a reason. There must have been other ways to cover up the crime. Yet, had I done so, my wife would rush to my defense, and when the case went to trial, she would suffer the same fate as I under the Defense Culpability Act. Showing up for vacation, accidentally radicalizing the future leader of the country. Literally. They should give Phoenix when Rafa takes over, she should make Phoenix the new Minister of Justice. Van Zeeking was drunk over while dying. He fared better than this. Yeah, Van Zeeks was a fun one, wasn't he? He was a real wild card. I could not have lived with myself if she had been convicted because of that fiendish man. This cannot be. All I have done under the laws of our kingdom, it has all been... Poor Rafa, she's really taking this hard. But I can't say I'm surprised. Mr. Phoenix Wright, it is time to show the might of your legal prowess. You mustn't allow another innocent soul to be charged under that despicable law. Of course, I'll do whatever I can. What I have done to you and Acolyte Fey is unforgivable. I can only offer my most humble of apologies. Your Majesty. Yes? I ask that you please look after my wife. You have my word. Your benevolence, it is time that I return to the Twilight Realm. The Magatama of parting, if you please. Very well. Your benevolence, please allow me the honor. Yes, it would be more fitting for you to send him on his way. This is in me. Man, this just sucks. This sucks for everyone involved. Darling, I'm so glad I was able to see you one last time. Thank you for everything. I'm sorry to leave you like this, my love. But now you can watch over me from the world beyond. Yes, always and forever. And with every breath I take, my darling, I'll be thinking of you. Yeah. He didn't need to do all that, though. That was stupid. He doesn't need to be dead. You freaking idiot. The face of a man who just got away with it. Ah! When you beat the allegations. Okay, I'll stop joking now. Farewell, my darling Tarus. I could treat his wife right. I mean, what? Who said that? I can take care of your wife for you. I mean, what? The High Priest has returned to the Twilight Realm. Maya! Yeah, that's true, but I mean, if he's going to, if there's an afterlife here, if there's a Twilight Realm here, then he's like, well, yep, I did all that murder, but I'm not going to face any actual consequences up for it at this point. I'm already dead. I've already faced it. I mean, yeah, I know he doesn't have to be dead, but yeah, he'll be okay. He's laughing all the way to the Twilight Realm. He'll be fine. I feel great. I guess that means you didn't leave any regrets behind. Oh, but what about the trial, Nick? It's over. It was a sad reality born of love, and a great tragedy born of the Defense Culpability Act. Well, I see no need to continue this trial. Does the prosecution have anything to say? Mr. Phoenix, right? I owe a debt to you. One that I will pay back in court someday. Oh my god, bro. There's no way you're gonna take this in stride, bro. There's no way. You were freaking out a second ago. I don't believe you. He's screaming internally. Hey, Graffy, welcome. He's gonna prosecute us. Ah, he's gonna get you. He's increasing. He's approaching at rapid speeds. Now to deliver today's verdict and overturn that of yesterday's trial. With respect to all current and previous charges against them, I hereby declare the accused, Maya Fey, and her defense, Phoenix Wright, hot, milky. It's okay to learn from your mistakes, Nayuta. You can do that. That's allowed. That's how you grow as a lawyer, bro. 420. Hey, it's 420. Let's go blaze it to celebrate our not guilty verdict. So I was thinking, Nick, let's go blaze it. The legal system here is really stacked against the defense. You could say that. It's totally unfair. Yeah, it even forced the High Priest to make the ultimate sacrifice just to protect his wife. It's just so sad. Protect the status quo, or join the revolution. If the real Lady Kira were here, I wonder which side she would take. Literally, I want to see Blaze it. Aw, Rafa. Your benevolence. Huh? What? I was, just wondering. Are you alright? Quiet, you. How could I possibly be alright? Yeah, she's not doing well at all. Who do you think you are, suddenly appearing before me, trampling my insides underfoot, and plunging the Hall of Justice into utter chaos? You even desecrated my mother and father's teaching, you soulless infidel. Oof, that was a bit more extreme than usual. What am I to do? I had always believed that communing with the victim's mitama would lead me to the absolute truth. But each time you overturned my insights, it was revealed that they served to support false charges rather than the truth. I am left now with that heavy truth in my heart. I'm sorry, Reifa. Perhaps I am not worthy of hearing the voices of the Mitama. That's where you're wrong, Your Benevolence. What? Maya? How dare you? Your role is to bring forth the voices of the Mitama into our world. If you don't do it, who will? You know nothing, Maya Fey. It was spirit channeling, not a divination seance that brought the truth to light. How dare an outsider like you employ the Queen's secret art? But, what can I do? My spiritual power does not even approach yours. Is it not a cruel joke? The royal priestess bested by a lowly outsider. Don't be so hard on yourself. Why not? It is worth at least a laugh or two. You shouldn't talk like that. Huh? Listen, Your Benevolence. You were just fulfilling your duty, weren't you? And you're the only one capable of performing the divination seance, right? The station of royal priestess is not something to abandon lightly. The station of royal priestess? The people of your kingdom believe in you. But if you really mean all that you just said, then what are they supposed to believe in? You know not of what you speak. Actually, I kinda do. After all, I'm only here training so I can become the master of my village back home. A village master, you say? I did not know. It seems I owe you an apology. For even today, I called you a neophyte practitioner. It's alright, Your Benevolence. Thank you for finally acknowledging me. A future queen and a future village master. Guess I shouldn't be surprised, considering they may have had a common ancestor. Maya's right, Your Benevolence. Barbed head. Your insights were a crucial piece of evidence in this last trial. It doesn't matter if they weren't always 100% accurate. You should be proud of what you did. You've played an important role in assuring that justice was served. Besides, your insights aren't the problem here. It's your kingdom's legal system. Without lawyers, your insights have come to be accepted as the sole truth. And the Defense Culpability Act, which gave rise to that, is the root of it all. But that is the dangerous thinking of a rebel. Yeah, that's the problem here. You think anything that's even remotely against the system is rebel. Rebel is when you don't. Yeah, anyway. Your Benevolence. As Crown Princess, you are destined to rule this kingdom one day. That means there will be many things that you alone must determine. Things like how to keep your people happy, and what is true and what is false. And most importantly, what role you must play therein. I wonder if I am even up to the task. Knowing you, Your Benevolence, you're more than capable. Never heard Maya talk like this before. She's really come a long way. Boom! What was that? It came from the hallway. Smoke! We better go check it out. Hurry! Wait, what? Mrs. Inme. Mr. Wright, Akalai Faye. I'm so sorry for what transpired. You were almost sentenced to death because of me. I will make amends by picking up where my husband left off. I will see the revolution through, so nothing like this can ever happen again. For that is the depth of my love for my dearly departed husband. Lady Inme, we gotta hurry. That's Dad's based. Honestly, I love her. I can take care, like I said, I can take care of his wife. I must tell the people. They must learn that the peace we enjoy is a false one. One built on the backs of innocents charged with false crimes under that odious DC Act. We have it in our power to forge a society in which the laws judge all of us fairly. His wife can take... Honestly, you're right. You're right. She can take care of me. Hey there, PW. I wish we had more time to talk, but... Dirk, everything's ready. It's go time. Wait, are we gonna see Dirk? There he is. Wait, was that the rebel leader, Dirk? After him, don't let him get away. The power to forge a society in which the law judges all of us fairly. It's the start of a legal revolution. Oh my god, I can't believe we saw him, even though he didn't say anything. Hey, Nick. Hate to bother you while you're lost in thought, but I just got this great idea. What is it? The Steel Samurai versus the Rebel Dirk. I bet it make for another awesome TV show. If we threw the Pooh Punisher in there, everyone will go nuts over it. I'll never get what she sees in those shows. But it's good to know that no matter what happens, Maya will always be Maya. Oh, is that it? Is it over? That's it. That's the right of Turnabout. We're done. We're free. Oh, God. That was way too long. We're free. Phew. You're gonna be the next president. Ah. Oh my god. Okay. All right. Well, I think we can start. I think we can at least start the next one. I feel okay to keep going. So I think we can start Turnabout Storyteller today. Why don't we do that? Why don't I take a break, go stretch my legs, get another drink, and we'll come back and do that. We probably won't finish it, but maybe we can do at least one segment, depending on how long it is. Anyway, there's my break command. Feel free to go ahead and take a stretchy stretch and do whatever you need to do. I'm gonna see you in just a few minutes. A few to several minutes. It's time for Simon and Clown Girl. Oh my god, this is gonna be such a breath of fresh air after all that. Alrighty. See you in a bit. Oh, wait, not that one. This one. See you in a bit. Yo, we're back at it. We're live and alive, and we're back at it. And we have a new menu we can change to. The key art for Turnabout Storyteller. Thank you, thank you. So this is a shorter case, apparently. This one is just a trial. So I don't really know how that fits into everything, but this is, God, this is the second last main case. This is it. And then, well, excuse me. Oh my goodness. And then we also have the special episode, Turnabout Time Traveler, which I think we're probably going to play. I think that's probably worth playing. Let me just turn this off and on again. It has been 2 hours. Yeah, I'm feeling okay. I'm feeling okay to keep going. I don't really want to do. I don't always want to do 2-hour streams. Is the thing, right? Sometimes I want to keep going for a little bit longer, especially since this coming week I'm going to be a little bit offline because I'm going to a con. I'm going to leave some LP videos behind, but yeah, I'm going to be a little busy in the coming weeks. So really the coming 2 weeks, I think. I got some stuff going on. So I think I'm going to still be able to manage 3 streams, but yeah. I want to make sure the ones that I do are a little bit more fully featured. Anyway, let's go ahead and do this thing. Try that one. I guess we just start from here. Turnabout Storyteller begins now. Huh?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What time is it? It's 9, 10, 11.
What? What was all that then? Oh no! A noodly death. Shisho's dead? No. Do you think he did it? Oh no. If he did, then what do we do? Hey, pull yourself together. Don't worry. I have an idea. Oh my god, no. Get your canoodle noodled. Oh yeah, he got noodled. It's a noodling time. This room is a sight for sore eyes. Anyway, this is the day after, the following morning, actually. What the heck? That's the first thing we hear from Athena. Who brings the defendant to his own trial late? Plus, the request was so last minute, I didn't even have a chance to talk with my client. He's late for a very important date. My name is Athena Sykes. Armed with analytical psychology and a full arsenal of legal know-how, I'm a fully competent defender of the Right Anything Agency. Though I wish my client would show up already. The trial's about to start. It appears we made it just in time. Where have you been? The trial's about to start, Simon! Oh, Simon! Front-facing Simon. You needn't get so worked up, Athena. His baldness can wait. There's no way he'd wait for me. Besides, why would I want to start off on the wrong foot with him right out of the gate? Dealing with such matters is part of being a lawyer, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, well, covering for your lateness is not. Still but a rank amateur, I see. This is Simon Blackwell. He might not look it, but he's actually a prosecutor and a psychology specialist. He and I go way back. As for our shared specialization in psychology, we're both disciples of the same person, so to speak. But he's kind of my senior, I guess. But twisted sense of humor or no, I wish he'd stop treating me like a child all the time. So, where are Right Dono and Justice Dono? Mr. Wright is abroad, and Apollo is helping Trucy with her magic show. Didn't I tell you? They're what? So neither one of them are here? Leaving you to take this on alone? Yep. Ye gods. Call Right Dono back. It's not too late. Oh no, not too late at all. He would only need to know how to teleport. Very well. Then I will settle for justice, Dono. Go grab him by the horns and drag him here. Apollo was literally in the middle of a show, Simon. You may not want to admit it, but I've got what it takes to take on this case. Just leave this to me and go watch from the gallery. As your defense derails in spectacular fashion. No, as I win the heck out of this trial. Are we okay? Promise. So wipe that look off your face already, will you? Anyway, I take the guy behind you is... Yes, he's your... Aw, he's so worried about her. It's cute. Hey, hoy, Bucky, wake up. Bucky? Yeah! Oh, what'd you do that for, Simey? Oh god, this guy. I don't know this guy before, but I just... Who's this yellow chickadee? She is your lawyer, such as it were. I'd say she's more green than yellow, however. Lawyer? She sure doesn't look it, does she? Is she like your fellow apprentice or something? Something like that. I've known her longer than I've known you. You could say we're bound to one another. Oh, okay. Well then, guess I better call her Ms. Chickadee then. Bucky for buckwheat. Oh. Yeah, he's fun. Simon, this guy's not only rude, but he's 3 sheets to the wind at his own trial. I know we just met, but I'm about ready to give him a piece of my mind. Do as you will. Just save it for after the trial. His hair looks like floppy soba. You're right. Oh my god. Miss Chickadee. Don't call me that. How do you do? Simon here is an old friend of mine. I'm the 4th generation head chef of Wet Soba. Wet Noodle. Wet Noodle number 4. Bucky Wet. Buckwheat Wet? That's his name? Nice to meet ya. Or it's just Bucky Wet. It's just Buckwheat. Bucky Wet. Buckwheat. It's nice to meet you too, Mr. Wet. So he can pull himself together when he wants to. Oh, if only the trial wasn't starting in a few minutes. Having been accused of murder that only occurred yesterday, I'm afraid it's taken a toll on the poor boy. And you happened to be there at the theater where it all happened too, right? They said they found a Rakugo storyteller murdered in his dressing room. Indeed. The victim, Master Storyteller Taifu Tornado, was the longtime patron of Wet Soba. Master Tornado has been looking after Bucky ever since Wet Noodle number 3 passed away. I see. So the victim was kind of like a father to the defendant, huh? That guy's eyebrows are wild. The stupid old fart. Like a father? No way. He was always dishing my soba. How dare you speak ill of him? Running your mouth like that is why they suspected you of his murder in the first place. Now pull yourself together. Number 3 must be rolling in his grave. Aww. Poor Shimey. Are they like... I feel like the Simey thing is like... Are these 2 X's? They kind of have X energy. To please, none of them believe me. They won't listen to me. Looks like he's still in shock from the whole ordeal. Don't worry, Mr. Wet. Everything's gonna be alright. I'm gonna defend you with everything I've got. You're in good hands now. You mean, you believe me, ma'am? Of course, no matter what, I'll believe in you to the very end. Buckquill! Gee whiz, Miss Chickadee. Now come on, I need you to shape up, just like those al dente noodles of yours. Yes, ma'am. My soba is the freshest. Oh no, dude. Mr. Wet. Ah, Bucky, you great big pillock. So, how exactly do you know this guy? I used to frequent Wet Soba, and still do, in fact. So I've known him since he was a lad. That's why his father and Master Tornado were also always so good to me. I didn't know you liked soba so much, Simon. I wouldn't expect one such as you, who eats meat slapped between slabs of bread, to understand the delicate taste and the subtle textures imparted by buckwheat flour. Hey, that's just rude, but I digress. I'm all about flavor and subtlety and stuff. Yeah, sometimes I even add a tomato to my sandwiches. If I let wet soba end like this, I'll never be able to face number 3 or Master Tornado in the next life. I see. That's why you came to me. You wanted somebody you could trust. It was never my intention to ask you. I'll show him. I'll show him I can handle it just fine. Well, I believe it's just about time. What? But we haven't even properly discussed the case yet. What's the matter? You look nervous, Athena. Don't tell me you're chickadeeing out. I'm just trembling with the excitement of battle, that's all. Auf geht's, let's do this. Come on, Mr. Wet, get up off the floor. We got a case to win. Gosh, Miss Chickadee, I'm gonna do my best.
Wet soba, wet soba, wet soba, wet soba, wet soba.
Oh, that's his phone. Yellow, 2 bowls of noodles. Sorry, sir, no can do. Kind of busy at the courthouse. Huh? They hung up. Okay, let's do this. He's not gonna do himself or his case any favors like this, Simon. Maybe we should let him go get some rest somewhere. Let me rest? Maybe if I were a lump of regular flour dough for udon noodles. But I'm fresh, like my soba. Don't let soba dough rest. It's all about the 3 freshes. Grind the buckwheat seeds fresh, cut the dough fresh, and boil the noodles fresh. Oh. Man, this guy is gone. He's blacked out. Oh boy, I just knew something like this would happen. Fighting him for udon honor. Simon, what are these 3 freshes of soba he was talking about? First, buckwheat seeds or groats are ground to make buckwheat flour. Then, dough made with this flour is cut with a large rectangular knife into noodles. And finally, the buckwheat noodles are boiled. Each step is done immediately, one after the other, so that the soba is fresh when eaten. Oh, so that's what he meant. I wouldn't want him to make me any soba right now, though, that's for sure. Athena, this is no time for idle chatter. You need to get into the courtroom, now. Just remember, as a prosecutor, I will be unable to lend you a hand. So don't expect any help from my quarter. There you go, treating me like I'm incompetent again. For your information, I wasn't planning on asking you for help anyway. Just you wait, Simon, I'll show you. Mr. Wright and Apollo may not be here, but that's alright. I can do this on my own. Here we go. Bowling. Court is now in session for the trial of Bucky Wet. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Oh, you again? Man, this guy, how did he get back here so fast? What the heck? Does this guy sleep? The prosecution is fully prepared, Your Honor. What's this? No prayer this time, Prosecutor Sadbody? That is correct, Your Honor. To expedite these proceedings, I completed them beforehand in the lobby. Yeah, apparently he could just teleport. He just explodes into a bunch of butterflies and floats. How very thoughtful of you. By the way, what brings you back to this country? Chief Prosecutor Edgeworth himself called on me to handle this case. Besides, I have a debt to repay. And though my opponent is yet a callow thing, the Nayuta everywhere system. He really is everywhere. You're gonna go to a coffee shop and he's gonna be the barista. I have no qualms with sending her down to hell.
Objection!
If you have a score to settle, it's with Apollo, not me. But more importantly, I am not a callow thing. I'm a qualified and capable attorney. Then what is that yellow attire, if not proof of your immaturity, you small spring chick? Now, cease your shrill chirping. Ouch, why is everyone treating Athena so badly today? Keep him away from Phoenix. Yeah, he heard about what was happening in Kurain, and he's like, I'm just gonna go ahead and make a phone call. She is still only a teenager. Please go easy on her. Great, now even the judge is giving me the kid treatment. Very well. Shall we begin, Your Honor? Yes, I suppose we should. Now then, Prosecutor Sudbody, please give your opening statement. I'll show them what I can do. They'll be sorry they underestimated me. Certainly. Let the last rites of the victim commence. The incident is believed to have occurred at around 4 p.m. yesterday, May 12th, at a storyteller's theater called Kuru Kuru Te. The victim was a great master of the Tornado school of Rakugo, or comedic storytelling. His name was Taifu Tornado. What's the pun there? I don't get it. The scene of the murder was the theater's dressing room. It is accessible via the staff entrance hallway and has an inner and outer sliding door. Typhoon Tornado. Okay. Fair enough. Crazy. They were crazy for that one. The estimated time of death is between 2 and 5 p.m. The cause of death is suffocation, though how the victim suffocated is yet to be determined. The autopsy found nothing unusual in his lungs or stomach, and there is no murder weapon. I will now submit the incident report to the court. Crime report added to the court record. Prosecutor Sadmati, how can you name Mr. Wet as the culprit when you don't know how the victim was killed, or even with what? While it is true that the weapon and precise method are as yet unknown, the accused is the only one who had the opportunity to commit the murder. I will explain this assertion in further detail as we continue. I guess this means he has some kind of evidence to present. Now, would the accused care to plead his case? Bling. Come to think of it, where is the defendant, Miss Sykes? Sorry, Your Honor, but I'm afraid Mr. White isn't feeling very well and is resting in the infirmary. Surely it is the lack of a clear conscience that impedes him from facing this court. Great, starting off on the wrong foot already. Mr. Wet is the head chef of a soba shop frequented by the victim. On the day of the incident, Mr. Wet went to the theater at the victim's request. Taifu Tornado was a connoisseur of soba, as you can see in these photographs. He was apparently making soba himself in his dressing room that very day. The soba found at the scene is likely the soba he himself made there. Liking soba is one thing, but making it in a theater dressing room is a bit much, no? French jump scare. Master Tornado truly had a passion for soba, didn't he? For a man like that to be murdered by a soba chef is simply unthinkable. And yet the accused had ample motive. For in the victim's safe, we discovered the deed to the accused's shop. Mr. Wet was to inherit Wet Soba when he lost his father recently. However, it's believed the victim stole the shop's deed during the transfer process. The prosecution believes the accused killed the victim in order to get the deed back. Yeah, I'd like a noodle station. A murder over the deed to a shop. That does sound like a plausible motive. So that's what this case is about. I wish Simon had filled me in a little better. I could have contributed more than just 1,000 buckets of cold sweat if he had. Defense. From your demeanor, I gather you know very little about the details of this case. Well, you see... You are dishonoring the soul of the victim by appearing in the courtroom unprepared. You are an embarrassment to your profession, you putrid egg yolk. Eek! Oh, I'm sorry. Apollo's a red pepper and now I'm an egg yolk. We've only just started and I've already been demoted from spring chick. I am ready to call my witness, Your Honor. That's your witness? No. Let us listen to the words of one who was present when the crime was discovered. Someone who was there when the victim's body was found? Very well. Witness, please take the stand. Ooh, we gotta get the down to up panning shot. Ooh, Simon. Ooh. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Simon Blackwell, prosecutor. Prosecutor Blackwell? You didn't tell me you were going to take the stand. There simply wasn't time. What a shame, Prosecutor Blackwell. Had you shared the damning scene you witnessed beforehand with the defense, we could have moved this trial along and saved the victim's soul that much faster. Damning scene? What in the world did Simon see? Prosecutor Sadmati, was it? Before I give my testimony, there's something I'd like to confirm. By all means. This case involves rakugo, a very traditional form of Japanese comedic storytelling. Do you have enough knowledge of this art form to handle the case competently? Are you implying that I am not qualified for this case? Not yet. I am simply trying to ascertain your familiarity with the topic. For now. It is a prosecutor's duty to learn the background of any case he takes on. I did some research on rakugo last night, and have grasped the overall idea of it. How much could you possibly grasp in a single night? He skimmed the Wikipedia article. Rakugo is a form of entertaining storytelling. In it, the storyteller sits alone on the stage with only a fan and a towel as... Okay, he definitely skimmed the Wikipedia article. This traditional art was eventually invented by monks to make sermons more interesting. Are you satisfied? If not, I could explain the 12 types of endings to such stories. Or shall I perform the famous story of Jugemu instead? Ha, even I've heard of that. Or at least I've heard of something like that. I might be... Maybe that's a parody of something. I don't know. Is that a real thing? Literally. He literally typed that into ChatGPT. It's exactly what they're thinking of. Oh yeah, Jugendo Josuke. Yeah, the long name. Yeah, yeah. They should make him say that. It appears you have put in a bit of study. Your acknowledgement is most welcome, Prosecutor Blackwell. I can see why you are known for being quite thorough in your research, Prosecutor. Now, I would love to see you perform that story you mentioned, if you don't mind. Judge, stop getting distracted. I think we should let him cook, honestly. If that is your honor's request. Jugemu. Your honor, can we please get back to the trial? Oh, right, of course, I nearly forgot. Seriously, of all the things for you to forget. Now, back to the case. Prosecutor Blackwell, please tell this court what you witnessed. What Simon saw. I went to the theater yesterday and arrived at approximately 4 p.m. I went straight to Master Tornado's dressing room to say hello. Bucky went into the dressing room thereafter, only to come storming out a while later. Master Tornado's junior disciple, Uendo, apparently then entered the room soon after. That's when Uendo discovered Master Tornado's body. Oh, is Uendo like wind? Yeah, we should let Simon cook. Now wait just a minute here, Prosecutor Blackwell. With testimony like that, you're practically accusing Mr. Wet of the crime. All I can do is state what I saw. I can't help how it appears. But a qualified and capable attorney such as you should be able to dispatch with it, right? Yeah, duh. Alright, I'd better start by getting all the info out of him that I can. Wind tornado. What Simon saw. Simon says, I went to the theater yesterday and arrived at approximately 4 p.m. Prosecutor Blackwell, what did you go to the theater for in the first place? I went because I had received an invitation from Master Tornado. Here, see for yourself. It was a special show commemorating his junior disciple Uendo's promotion. It was also an occasion to announce the boy's succession to the stage name of Uendo II. So what exactly does it mean to succeed to a stage name? You really don't know, do you? In the performing arts, a name succession is when an artist inherits a predecessor's name. I see. So there was another Uendo Rakugo artist before, and this disciple succeeded him, huh? And what exactly did your invitation say? It contained a simple letter of salutations and an outline of the show's program. Oh, it appears Taifu Tornado was going to perform Toki Soba, or Time Soba. He's famous for his masterful pantomime of eating soba, using only his fan as a prop. And Uendo was to perform Sobase, or Soba Glutton. A soba-themed show, I see. We're gonna say soba a lot in this one, aren't we? It seems you know a thing or two about Rakugo yourself, your baldness. The first to perform was the senior disciple, Gale, come on. Followed by Uendo. And lastly, Master Tornado. I see, so that's why you happened to be at the Storyteller's Theater yesterday. So what happened after you arrived? I went straight to Master Tornado's dressing room to say hello. And how did Master Tornado appear when you said hello? I went with the intention of greeting him, but ultimately we didn't actually meet. You didn't see him? Why not? Geiru escorted me to the dressing room, but we heard the sound of Rakugo being performed from within. Thinking the master was rehearsing, we decided to wait in the hall until he was done. You heard Rakugo being performed in the dressing room? Yes, not just me, but Geiru as well. In other words, you can confirm that the victim was still alive at around 4 p.m.? Correct. I couldn't hear him clearly through the doors, but I'm sure it was Master Tornado. I could tell because it was the Time Soba routine being performed in there. Gale, Wind, Typhoon. Yeah, that's kind of neat. You're right. So that means the victim was killed sometime after that. Bucky went into the dressing rooms thereafter, only to come storming out a while later. Hello, Kai. Welcome. Okay, now that trial is away, let's celebrate where no one has ever died. The surface of planet How did this happen, Maya? Maya, I don't know. I'm doing this, not doing this on purpose. Maybe it's your fault. You ever think about that? This only ever happens when you're around. Alright, I think we should let you cook. Alright. I like it. Okay, he came storming out. Please tell us in detail how Mr. White appeared at the time. Geiru and I were waiting in the hallway for Master Tornado to finish practicing. When Bucky appeared and entered the dressing room with his things. What happened after that? We heard what sounded like Bucky shouting inside the room. About 10 minutes later, Bucky came back out of the dressing room looking rather irate. This is most likely when the murder was committed. The victim was an elderly man. It would have been entirely possible to kill him within the span of 10 minutes. I better come up with some kind of counter-argument and fast. Master Tornado's junior disciple Uendo apparently then entered the room soon after. What do you mean by apparently? Didn't you see him go in? No, I couldn't. I wasn't able to see the dressing room door from where I was standing at the time. But Geiru was right in front of it, so I'm sure she saw it all. She shows by the seashore. I see. And why do you suppose Uendo went to the dressing room anyway? He had just finished his routine, so he was making a courtesy call. A disciple is to pay their master respect right before and after each performance. And all disciples are expected to do this? Yes, it's common courtesy among Rakugo artists. I see. Could you tell us what happened after Uendo went to the dressing room? Certainly. That's when Uendo discovered Master Tornado's body.
Hold it!
Pound it. And how did Uendo act at the time? After Uendo had been in the dressing room for 2 or 3 minutes, we heard a scream from inside the room, and Uendo came flying out. I mean, that's pretty cut and dry. Uendo did it. No, I'm kidding. Did you hear any signs of a struggle at that time? No, just Uendo's woeful scream. I see. Well done, Prosecutor Blackquill. Your testimony has given us quite a glimpse into the sequence of events. Thank you, Prosecutor Blackquill. And now, please allow me to summarize your testimony. While Prosecutor Blackquill and Geiru were in the hallway waiting for Master Tornado, the accused came along and entered the dressing room with some items in tow. He was heard shouting for a time inside the dressing room, and about 10 minutes later, he came back out of the room, seeming rather angry. A short time after the accused had come and gone, Uendo Tornado went into the room. A few minutes later, after having discovered the victim's body, Uendo gave a scream and came running out into the hallway from within. Prosecutor Blackquill and Geiru then ran into the room and saw the body for themselves. From the circumstances, it is quite clear that the accused murdered the victim. This is crucial testimony indeed. Simon's statement. Simon says, they should have called it Simon Says, defense. An eyewitness has given conclusive testimony. Why not let it all go now and allow the victim his last rites? Not on your life. If Uendo went into the dressing room and was the first to discover the body, then who's to say he didn't commit the crime? Uendo was in the dressing room for a mere 2, perhaps 3 minutes. He could not have possibly committed murder in that time, nor without making any noise. Oh, Simon, why did you have to give that awful testimony? Prosecutor Blackquill, can't you give me something a little better to work with here? Isn't it up to you to ask the right questions? I am certainly willing to tell you all that I know. So, if you truly are as capable as you claim, then draw out what you need yourself. This is no time for your twisted games, Prosecutor Blackquill. Just admit you don't remember it all that well. Prosecutor Blackquill, watching you collude with the defense like this, I see that you are no prosecutor. Begone, witness, you shall haunt the sacred hall no more. How dare you treat me like some evil spirit to be exorcised? Oh, remember this, you blackguard. What? Okay. Alright. I guess he can just do that? Don't worry, Prosecutor Blackquill. I've got this. Would I have my way, he would not be the only one here to step down. You half-boiled putrid egg yolk. Ew, I object to the notion that I'm a gooey, smelly mess. He kinda got gagged, honestly. Prosecutor Blackquill's testimony was like the lowly opening act of a Rakugo show. He may hold the title of prosecutor, but this time he stood on the side of the defense. To restore balance to this trial, I would like to present an actual witness for the prosecution. And who is this witness? The person who was with Prosecutor Blackquill when the body was discovered. She is another entertainer of the Tornado School, Miss Geiru Tornado. Oh my god, it's her! It's her! Oh my god! Here she is! Oh my god, I'm obsessed with her! It's her! She is serving. Steals the prayer. Oh my god, that would be really funny. Please state your name and occupation, witness. Hello, everyone. I'm here to represent the Tornado School with the twisty twist. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. And boom, there you have it, a stunning balloon hat. It's me, the balloon artist you all know and love, Geiru Tornado. Just call me Geiru, sweetie. 1, 2, balloon. You can't be doing that. You can't be doing that in court. What a way to capture your audience's attention. I dare say I can't take my eyes off those bullets. Stop. Stop it. Everybody needs to stop. Right now. Right now. Please tell me you're talking about the hat, Your Honor. Oh, Mr. Judgy, I'm so glad you liked my performance. Would you consider joining my fan club? Pretty please. Oh, absolutely. And please save your fanboying for after the trial, Your Honor. Anyway, Geiru, I can't help but notice you seem awfully cheerful for having just lost your master. Of course I'm sad, but Shisho would scold me if I didn't put on a big smile. Never show sadness, smile, 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 with a twisty twist twist. Oh, that's really cute. And bloom, there you have it, one gorgeous cake. I see, I guess an entertainer's gotta do what an entertainer's gotta do. Her balloon art's worse than a Rorschach test. All I saw was a severed monster head. You stop that, Athena. She's amazing. Geiru, you're obviously a balloon artist. So how did you come to be a member of a Rakugo school? Well, my father, my late father that is, was a Rakugo artist, you see. So I joined the Tornado School to be just like my daddy someday. I see. My father and I owe so much to Shisho, our master, but that Bucky wet. She'd have her reasons, yeah. Oh, how could he? I want to see him pay for what he's done as quickly as possible. Your distress is entirely understandable, and my condolences for your loss. And not only that, but you have more to say about Mr. Wet? Every time he comes to deliver soba to us, he yells at me. He always tells me to get away. Is there any reason why he would say such a thing to you? He says the smell of my perfume would get into his soba and ruin it. Like, how can he say that? This is a great scent. How very rude of him. I don't blame you for being upset. Excuse me, Your Honor, but please don't let Geiru's balloons bias your judgment. Mr. Wet hasn't been proven guilty yet, remember? It will be interesting to see how long that fire of yours will last, defense. Now then, Geiru, please share the truth with this court. Yes, Geiru, your testimony, please. She's so funny. She's everything I expected and more. Before the murder was discovered. From 4 p.m. to a little after 4:20 p.m. when the sesh started, when Shisho's body was found, Simon and I were standing in the hallway in front of the dressing room. Before Uendo discovered the body, the only person who had gone in there was Bucky. Come to think of it, a little while before Bucky showed up, Jugemu was barking like mad. Wait, is Jugemu a dog? Prosecutor Blackquill, do you have any objections to this witness's testimony? No. Make up your bloody mind, sad monk, sad Mahdi. First you exorcise me, now this. You need only do as you were instructed by this humble servant of the Holy Mother. As there are no objections, Your Honor, let us move on to the salvation of the victim's soul. Hey, I'm the defense attorney here, Prosecutor Sadbadi. Dang, honestly, Athena's like kind of coming in guns blazing with this one. I kind of like it. And I just might have an objection or two once I actually cross-examine the witness. So what are you asking Prosecutor Blackquill for? I'm the one you should be checking with. There is a passage in the sacred scriptures of Koreanism. To stir the wind is beyond the power of a spring chick. That is not from the scripture. You made that up. In other words, the inexperienced are useless. With that in mind, it seemed more judicious to consult Prosecutor Blackwell. He doesn't even see you as an adversary, Sykes, Donal. Well, I won't let either one of you insult me. I'll show you I'm no inexperienced spring chick. Your Honor, I'm ready to cross-examine the witness. I hope you can make Prosecutor Sadmati see you as a worthy adversary, Miss Sykes. Why are you saying this, Judge? This is not your role. I don't like that's a bad line. I'll allow your cross-examination, so you better strike while the iron's hot. Why is the judge saying you better win this asshole's favor, buddy? $4 p.m. to a little after 4:20 when Rashisha's body was found. So the murder must have happened sometime in those 20 minutes, correct? But 20 minutes isn't a lot of time, is it? I don't know. I mean, what do you want me to say? That's what happened, you know? Isn't that right, Simon? Going from her to Simon is so funny. Yes, Gayru and I can both confirm that Master Tornado still lived at around 4 p.m. Oh, yeah, you can, can't you? See? Simon and I were standing in the hallway in front of the dressing room. The fact that the two of you were were there in front of the dressing room means you were able to see everyone who went in and out, right? Of course. Or are you insinuating that I was daydreaming or sleeping while standing up or something? No, of course not. I saw everything, I tell you. Fine, so you say, anyway, but did you really? Before Uendo discovered the body, the only person who had gone in there was Bucky. Only the defendant and Uendo entered around the time of the murder? That's right. That's why it must have been Bucky who killed poor Shisho. Let's take a deep breath, okay, Gayru? So, not a single other person set foot into the dressing room during that time. Yeah, like, why is Judge telling her to play nice with this asshole? Like, I don't get it. That's silly. I already told you over and over, didn't I? There was nobody else. I must apologize on the lawyer's behalf. Even her memory is that of a spring chick's. Please overlook her transgression as best you can. Oh, I see. Poor thing. Hang in there, sweetie. Hey, who are you calling bird brain, buddy? Bro. Come to think of it, a little while before Bucky showed up, Jugemu was barking like mad. Jugemu? That's my doggy. I keep him at the theater. Let's see. With a twisty twist twist. Oh my god, that's cute. And boom, there you have it, my cute little Jugemu. He's kind of creepy looking. Oh, but he's really, really good boy. And why was Jugemu barking? Do you think it's because he saw someone suspicious? If so, then we have a new suspect in this case. Now why was he barking again? Oh, I remember, because it was time for me to feed him. So I went into his yard and gave him some food. Couldn't somebody have slipped into the dressing room while you were doing that? Nope, the door onto the yard was wide open. I would have seen if anybody went into the dressing room. Prosecutor Blackwell, come down to the stand for a sec, please. How many times must I do this? You saw what Gayru was talking about, right? Black Quill is the big scary adult hawk, and Athena is the little baby chick who is yelling from behind the mama bird's back. Simon is mama bird. I agree. You're right. They would have balloon artists at IHOP? Wait. Yeah, I don't know. I've never heard of that before. I've been to an IHOP twice in my life now, and I've never seen that. I kind of wish they had it, though. So why didn't you mention it before? I can't be expected to remember every minute detail. Well, remember them now, please. Did Gayru go out into the yard? Yes, I remember now she went to feed Jugemu. And I saw her looking towards the dressing room quite frequently as well. Do you recall anything else? It looked as though she were feeding the dog a great quantity of dumplings or something. Yeah, I like that. Jugemu couldn't finish them all, so he buried the rest in a corner of the yard. That's about all I can remember. Looks like Geiru was telling the truth. Your Honor, I'd like Geiru's last statement added to your testimony. As you wish, defense. I was in the yard, but the door was wide open, so I could keep watch on this dressing room. We should probably take a look at this diagram. The door was wide open. In the yard. Wait, the only way that could have been true is if... No, actually, there's no way for that to happen. There's no door in the yard facing the dressing room. She's lying, Your Honor. So you were able to keep an eye on the dressing room while you were out in the yard. Is that correct? That's right. The door out into the yard was wide open. Sorry, but that makes zero sense. Take a look at this diagram of the backstage area. There is a clear contradiction between this diagram and the witness's testimony. Oh? I'm afraid I don't understand, Miss Sykes. Are you stupid? I mean, either of these doors, I guess, would work, right? It would be this, right? Geiru was in the yard near the doghouse. Prosecutor Blackwell even saw her there. And while she was out there, the door to the yard had been left open. Ah, I see. Yes, if the door to the yard was wide open, as Geiru said, it would have blocked her view, making it impossible for her to see the dressing room. What? No way! But even if there were admittedly a few moments, Geiru was not keeping watch. How much would that really affect this case? It would greatly affect the case. From the spot Prosecutor Blackwell stood, he couldn't see the dressing room door either. Anyone could have entered the dressing room during that time without being seen. Eek! Geiru, why did you try to hide the fact that you weren't watching the dressing room? What?
Objection.
Hide the fact? You speak as though you think she had something to do with the murder. Rather than deliberate deception, it was more likely a simple oversight. Right, witness? Well, I was so shocked by what happened, I was just confused, that's all. Even though she is trying to keep up a brave front as an entertainer, the truth is that she is being torn apart by grief. For her mind to be in turmoil is hardly unexpected. Yes, it must be very difficult indeed. To a disciple, one's master is akin to a real parent. Surely her shock is immense. The way this lawyer tries to pin the blame on this poor soul at the first opportunity. All I can say is, defense attorneys are heartless creatures indeed. But that wasn't what I was trying to do. Is it beyond your comprehension, defense? Your unskilled argument is scarring this witness even further. And if we ask the people of this courtroom, I am sure they would agree. Hello, Maga, welcome. Good to see you. What? The gallery doesn't get a say in this. Are you afraid to find out that they think ill of you? Or that perhaps you are in the wrong? Listen to them now with that keen sense of hearing you are so proud of. He's right, that was harsh. She didn't have to go that far. I feel kind of sorry for the witness. And why is the lawyer's outfit so yellow? Why is everyone roasting her outfit all of a sudden? That's a new one. No, I was just trying to find the truth. Why is the whole gallery siding with Prosecutor Sadmati? People understand. They know what is right and what is wrong. That lawyer's still in training, isn't she? Why is she all by herself? I hear the voices of the gallery. I can hear the voices of their hearts. It's so intense. I feel so alone up here fighting by myself. Are you afraid, child? It is ludicrous to come to trial with such paltry preparation of the soul. I command you to leave this courtroom at once. But I can't give up. I have to. I have to keep pressing on. As long as there was a moment when nobody was watching the dressing room door. The defense can't be convicted solely on Prosecutor Blackquill and Gayru's testimonies. Even now, you would continue to resist. You are childish in defeat as well, I see. I'm not out for the count yet, Buster. I'm just getting started. Despite your posturing, is it not true that your resolve could crumble at any moment? With but a little push, you would surely succumb to despair. A little push, such as with this piece of conclusive evidence. Conclusive evidence, huh? That is correct. We found a critical piece of evidence at the scene of the crime. The victim's dying message, which clearly implicates the accused, Bucky Wet. Look at these Japanese playing cards, known as karuta, lined up on the table. These special English version karuta cards spell out a message. That message, wet number 4. Wet number 4? You mean wet noodle number 4? Yes, wet noodle number 4, as the 4th head chef of Wet Soba is also known. This message points to none other than the accused, Bucky Wet. No! That makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Wow, great job, Mr. Prosecutor. Oh no, this is really, really bad. What do I do? What do I do? The crime scene report was updated. Would you still carry on your futile fight in the face of this irrefutable evidence? I didn't read that. Oh, it actually says Satora when you look at it in the text. You can say whatever you want, but we won't know until we... It is cruel to give the accused false hope. You will only compound his suffering. Wise people of the courtroom, do you not agree? He's right, it's cruel to make him suffer when there's conclusive evidence. What an incompetent noob. I feel bad for the victim and the defendant. What? But I'm trying to prove Mr. Wet's innocence here. I know you can hear them, defense. Their voices implore you to save the accused soul. It is time for you to let it go and move on, you inexperienced lawyer. You lack the competence with which to accomplish anything meaningful here. Is he right? Is this too much for me to handle on my own? What good is she doing anybody? She should just quit right now. Now, defense, leave everything to this humble servant of the Holy Mother.
Silence.
Oh, Oops. Ah ha ha! It's him! Yeah! He's trying to use your keen sense of hearing against you to manipulate the trial, Athena. What a cheap trick for a supposedly holy man. Simon! And you fop doodles in the gallery. Can't a man watch a trial in peace? This inexperienced amateur is about to turn the trial around. Does that prosecutor really think she can turn these things around? The mood in this courtroom is starting to change. Prosecutor Blackquill, what are you doing at the defense's bench? I grew bored of watching from the gallery. Your Honor, I can do whatever I want. Besides, if I were to leave this trial to this spring chick, and lose my favorite soba shop in the process, I will be quite cross. You voluntarily stand on the side of impurity and sin? Truly, what a fool you are. Your baldness, don't even worry about it. He's such a mother hen, I love it. To think you were so easily manipulated by his parlor tricks. This is a new Simon sprite too, I think. Whatever happened to qualified and capable Athena? I just let my guard down a little bit, but it won't happen again. Then gird up your loins and steel yourself for battle. I'm not girding up anything in this skirt, but I am ready to get serious. It seems there is now yet another soul I must cast down into hell. I was in prison for a long time, and hell sounds no worse than cell, to be honest. Ah, but the fires of hell will not be the end of your suffering. For the sin you have just committed, you shall surely be reborn as a panda in your next life. Damn, gagged him. A white and black reverse panda, that is. And you shall be put in a zoo to be exposed to public ridicule. A threat like that won't work on Prosecutor Blackwell. After all, he's already used to looking like a panda in this life. Who are you calling a panda? Sorry. I see that you are both prepared to face the fires of damnation. Geiru, thank you. Excuse me, thank you for your service. You may step down now. Okie dokie, bye bye balloon. I miss you. I already miss you. I miss you so much. Does everything have to be about balloons with her? Now then. I have a witness prepared to testify about the Karuta cards. And who is the witness this time? The first to discover the body, and someone who witnessed the crime scene firsthand. Mr. Uendo Tornado. The time has come for that ponytailed pair over there to finally let it all go and move on. Oh, they're both ponytailed. I get it. Yeah. I see. Let's see what this design is. Oh, he's fun. I kind of like the little bang. I am the Rakugo storyteller Uendo Tornado. Okay, and that was where I was planning on. Yeah, this is a great design. That is where I was planning on ending, however. I was planning on going for 3 hours. I just wanted to finish that cross-examination. Yeah, this is a great design. We're gonna learn all about them very, very soon. But I'm gonna rest for the night. Thank you for hanging out with me. This was a lot of fun. I'm glad I finally finished Right Out Turnabout. I feel so much more motivated about this game now. Is what it is. Yeah. All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so actually I'm gonna pay back a raid that I got yesterday, or on Wednesday rather. I'm gonna raid Otaka Ren, who is playing Dark Souls Remastered right now. I've played my fair share of Dark Souls, but I think this is DLC stuff. Yeah, this is like DS1 DLC stuff. Yeah, there's like gale, wind, and typhoon. It's pretty cool actually. All right, I'm gonna set up this raid, and I'm gonna come back on Monday and play Metroid Prime as promised. I didn't play it yesterday because I was just super tired, but I'm gonna play it tomorrow. Or not tomorrow, sorry, Monday night. All right, thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate it. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night. I hope your Sunday treats you very well. I hope the scaries are minimal. And I'll see you on Monday for Metroid Prime. Thank you so much for hanging out. I better start the raid. I always forget to start the raid. All right. Go say hi and give your support. Check out some Dark Souls gameplay. And I will see you on Monday. Bye. Thank you. Good night.